I'm Beb. I'm just going to ask
I'm
you.
sideline
I'm
reporter
ask
Bria
you. Just make it
Lossick,
really
and
vague.
this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Cape Cod 5-Cent Saving Bank. Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services, and Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
And we are live from Gov Fuller Field, the side of a Wednesday Western Division tilt. I'm Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda in the Tim Elstrom broadcast booth as your 7-5-3 Hyannis Harbor Hawks meet the 5-9-1 Falmouth Commodores in enemy territory. Austin, the Harbor Hawks have not lost a game through their last 6, their longest streak since 2018, and Hyannis is hunting for number 7 against the bottom team in the West tonight.
That they are, Drake. They've played really solid baseball all around the last couple of weeks. It started off with the bats showing up. The bats started to get hot a few games ago, and they started to support their pitching staff, a staff that has been good all season long. But when you have an early lead in a ball game, it helps your pitchers pitch more confidently. We've seen that the last week, and then last night, a big come-from-behind win, showing again and again that this team will not quit. But, as you mentioned, Drake, the Falmouth Commodores, bottom of the West Division, but a very formidable team, somebody you can't take lightly.
We talked to Coach Eric Beatty, the skipper of the Harbor Hawks, before the game of the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Dugout Show. We'll take you there now. We're here with Coach Eric Beatty on the Harbor Hawks Dugout Show. Coach, a 6-game non-losing streak, 4-0-2 through your last 6, the longest of such since 2018 for the Harbor Hawks. Even as somebody who's coming in year 1, that's giving you quite a vote of confidence this early.
Yeah, absolutely. We've come back from a lot of deficits in the last 6 games, and the guys are showing a lot of resilience, great energy, and they're never getting down on themselves, so it's a great time to be a Hawk right now.
Cole Mcconnell is one of those guys that has kind of sneakily been in the middle of the lineup and just produced across the year. One of the most consistent beacons in that spot. What have you seen out of him, not just offensively, but also defensively?
Defensively, man, he's probably the best center fielder I've ever seen. He goes and gets it. He doesn't waste any steps whatsoever. He takes the direct route to the ball and gets it back into our infield.
You're facing a Florida guy today who comes into this game having already pitched only once on the Cape. How much have you seen of him, and across the way for Falmouth, their entire defensive lineup? What do you expect?
Yeah, he's a Cape arm. He's going to be good, and we're preparing for him to be good. He's going to come out here and hopefully give us everything he's got, and we're going to continue to put good 8Bs up from top to bottom, and hopefully we come out on top.
For your guys today, Coach, on the bump in seeing Baumeister, you saw him struggle game 1. He comes back in game 2 and throws a gem. What are you expecting for a guy who seems to have settled into his role?
Yeah, Baumeister came in, and he was only here for, I think, a day and a half before that first outing. So I think he settled in, got to know the guys, and had a couple good throw pro days under his belt after that, or before that second outing. He's a great kid. He's got a great arm and a lot of ability. I think he's going to have another good game today.
Coach, last question, and one that's been on the mind of all of our broadcasters. The first 5 games, you guys didn't steal a lot of bases. It felt like everything was a little more conservative, and that's changed entirely over the last 8 or so as you're now top 3 in the league in that category. What has been the strategy, and how has it changed across the year when it comes to swiping bags?
Yeah, we've talked some about it, and I think the guys are just getting comfortable with it, and they're getting better with when's a good time to do it. We've had some close games, so when the bats aren't exactly producing a ton, you got to try to create the runs somewhere else, and we've taken some good risk and gotten away with several of them.
Drake Toll here with Eric Beatty on the pregame dugout show. We'll send it back to the booth. A big thanks again to Coach Eric Beatty, and as we prepare for tonight's game, we visit with the player who threw 3 innings yesterday to give the Harbor Hawks a late game win. Bria Lossick caught up with Ohio State's Ethan Hammerberg.
Alongside Ethan Hammerberg from the Ohio State University. Ethan, last night you closed out the game with 3 scoreless innings, no hits, gave up 3 walks, and had 1 K. How are you feeling on the mound?
I was feeling pretty good, feeling confident. Had a little bit of struggle with command here and there, but had to just try to work through it. Trust my defense behind me. They made a lot of plays, made it possible, so just had fun out there.
And like we mentioned, you do go to the Ohio State University. What's it like, though, playing with other players from Big Ten schools, especially, your rivals in Michigan and Tito Flores?
Surprisingly, Tito, when he first got here, he came up to me immediately, and we've actually become pretty close friends. Him and Connor, they're both super good guys. But playing against other guys in the Big Ten, it's fun just hearing their names and seeing what guys are out here in the Cape. But it is fun kind of having a leg up, knowing that you've faced them a couple times before, so it is kind of fun seeing them out here in Summer Bowl.
So you have about 3 weeks under your belt on the Cape. What has been your favorite part so far?
Definitely all the ice cream shops. I'm a big ice cream guy. So far I've been to 4 C's and the Cape Cod Creamery. Both have very good, delicious mint chocolate chip and mocha flavored ice cream, so that's probably my favorite part so far.
All right, thank you so much, Ethan.
Thank you.
From Fullerfield, I'm Bria Lossick, Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
And what a rendition that was of the national anthem here at Gov Fuller Field. Again, Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda as we get ready to play baseball. Austin, the Falmouth Commodores come into this game with just 4 wins on the season compared to their 9 losses. Not the best record, but you kind of throw that away in a game like today where both these teams will play 6 in a row, and you're being strategic about how you use your pitchers.
It's so difficult here on the Cape to get into a flow and get into a win streak. So to see the Harbor Hawks only
Play ball.
have 6 games in a row without a loss is very impressive, to say the least, because you have so many pitchers coming in and out, so many bats coming in and out, and it takes such an adjustment this early in the season for the guys to get used to the pitching. So really, last night was a big step for the Harbor Hawks to start this 7-game span of games. So to only have to use 2 pitchers, Austin Amaral for 6 innings and Ethan Hammerberg for 3, is huge. So now, essentially tonight, you had the off day a couple days ago. Now you come into tonight with almost every pitcher available to come out of the bullpen if needed.
As Falmouth takes the field, let's meet the starting lineup for the Harbor Hawks. Batting first, leading things off from Michigan State and playing third base is Mitch Jebb. In the 2-hole for the Harbor Hawks in left field, one of the most clutch players on the roster from Michigan is Tito Flores. In the 3-hole and catching tonight, pulling the duties behind the plate is Jacob Campbell from Illinois. Batting cleanup from Louisiana Tech in center field. Coach Beatty called him the best defender on the team and the best defensive outfielder he has seen in baseball. It's Cole McConnell in the 5-hole from Tennessee, the new guy. The designated hitter today, Christian Moore, batting 6th from FAU, and at first base is Nolan Shanuel. In the 7-hole in right field, Long Beach State's Rocco Pepe. In the 8-hole, the shortstop, Dominic Patelli from Miami. And rounding things out in the 9-hole, the second baseman, Riku Nashidu. And Austin tonight, they've got to deal with Philip Abner of Florida, who threw 24 innings this past season. He allowed 20 earned runs, 22 walks in the spring for the Gators with his ERA in the 8 range. And he's somebody that's trying to build his draft stock on Cape Cod and bring it against the Hawks tonight.
Yeah, it's so hard when you see a guy like that with those numbers that obviously they're kind of eye-popping, but not for a great reason in the spring season. But for the Hawks to stay content here at the plate and not have to, not try to press, okay? You look at the numbers, say, oh, we're pacing a guy today with an ERA that's a little inflated. Not to get too excited because he has really good stuff. A fastball between 90 and 94 that touches 95, a slider down to 78 to 82, and a curve at 74 to 78, mixing a changeup. He can throw 4 pitches, doesn't do it often, but really a good difference between his velocity on his fastball and his other pitches. So they really should be patient early on against this guy. Obviously, he's had some struggles, but as we know, the struggles in the spring do not really translate here to the Cape, as this is a pitcher's league. The wood bats make up for it, and the metal bats are really unforgiving, unlike the wood.
Well, the start of this ball game hinges on the bat of Mitch Jebb for the Harbor Hawks. In the first 3 games this season, he went a combined 0 for 10. Since then, he's been on fire, now batting .313 on his young year. Mitch Jebb's been able to set the tone in past games and certainly looks to do it again here today.
Yeah, it's been big time having him in the leadoff spot. He doesn't strike out ever. I mean, that was a stat at college. He struck out 1 in every 13.7 at-bats. So that's essentially, Drake, 1 in every 3 or 4 games, depending on how many at-bats you're getting. So to have that in your leadoff man where you know he's going to put the ball in play is key. And to go along with that, he steals bases. As soon as he got here, I mean, Coach Beatty talked about getting comfortable, stealing more bases as a team, but it's really been this guy, Mitch Jebb, who's kind of ignited that within the team. He knows how to run. Okay, he's got caught a couple times, but so is everybody here on the Cape. So just having him in the leadoff spot is big time.
Mitch Jebb steps to the plate. The lefty will open up our ball game today, facing Florida's Philip Abner on the bump. It's lefty on lefty to start, and let's play baseball on Cape Cod. Abner stares in, coming from the windup, and the first pitch of the ball game to Mitch Jebb. It's a called strike, fastball right down the heart of the plate.
Well, that's what you're going to get from Abner. A lot of fastballs and a lot of fastballs early in the count, so we'll see how the Harbor Hawks adjust to it throughout the game.
It's the 0-1 on Mitch Jebb. Jebb pulls the bat back, rests it on his shoulder. That one's fired home, and Jebb has got a base hit on the second pitch of the game into left field. It's recovered, relayed in, and Jebb standing at first base safely. That's a decent start for the Harbor Hawks.
I would say so. We just talked about how he puts the ball in play constantly, and one of the big differences with the Harbor Hawks' approach as a team the last couple of weeks is they're attacking fastballs earlier in counts now. We saw the first couple of weeks getting comfortable, a little bit timid at the dish, not going after the speed early on in the count, but there, Mitch Jebb, second pitch of the game, smacks one.
Mitch Jebb has 6 stolen bases on the season. He stands at first base now as Tito Flores comes to hit. Flores has been that guy that he may give you a 1-for-3 night, a 1-for-4 night every night, but that one hit is going to come in clutch territory, especially late. And the first pitch he takes is a cold ball high.
Yeah, we saw that last night with Tito, the RBI ground rule double that really doesn't hop over the fence, it scores 2. But unfortunately, with Jebb, who was on first at the time, had to stop at third, but he just comes up in every big situation. That was the top of the 8th.
The 1-0 to Jebb. He swings and misses, cuts on a fastball that was in the zone. Couldn't get a piece of it, now 1-1.
Tito is batting now .319 on the year with 15 hits. So the hit total continues to pile up for Tito, and I think that's the team lead, if I'm not mistaken, in hits. It is.
The 1-1 now to Flores. Jebb dances at first base. Abner checks over, and Flores fouls that one off out of play to the right side. Flores out of Michigan hit a home run earlier this season against Brewster late in the game that put the Harbor Hawks up by 1 when they were down to their last strike in the top of the 9th inning, trailing by 1. He had the ground rule double last night that blew the game wide open for the Harbor Hawks in a win at Bourne. He's just been that guy when Hyannis has needed that guy. The 1-2 pitch to him now from Abner with nobody out and 1 on at the top of the first. The Harbor Hawks is swinging a miss in the first strikeout on Philip Abner's day.
Yeah, 89 according to the radar gun, maybe a little bit faster than that. Abner, like we mentioned, 90 to 94, he sits with that fastball when you're looking something else on 1-2. Tito had already seen 2 other fastballs in that at-bat. He triples up on it and gets him on a high pitch. That was a pretty good at-bat if you're Philip Abner.
You go from Flores to Jacob Campbell. Campbell was top on the team in batting average five or so games ago. He's dropped down to 235. Had a couple of colder games trying to get back in the saddle and catching today. The first pitch he takes, it's a fastball chest high.
Yeah, it's so hard for catchers in this league to lead anything, right, statistically, because they don't get as many at-bats. I mean, Campbell's appeared in 12 games, but he has 34 at-bats. You look at Justin Hyannis with 50, Nolan Samuel with 51, so
that one's fouled away and off the catcher's gear.
He's really missing already 15 at-bats by not being an everyday player and being at the catcher spot. So it's so tough for those guys to get into a flow.
Now the 1-1 from Abner to Jacob Campbell. I mentioned so many times his consistency.
That's the biggest thing. If you can just go 1 for 3,
Right.
draw a walk, that's what he does every night, and you'll take that here.
The 1-1, Jeb goes. A throw down to second base is not in time, and Jeb has his 7th stolen base of the season. Good luck catching him.
And even with a left-handed pitcher on the mound, it's no problem for Mitch Jeb. He picked a beautiful pitch to run on. It was a breaking pitch, and he just knows. He just has such a good feel for when to run and when not to run, and it's so impressive because, Drake, this is only his 10th game. Other guys on this team have played as many as 15, 16. So he's a guy who didn't have the first week or so to adjust and has just, hit the ground running, quite literally.
The 1-2 to Jacob Campbell. Now the catcher, Cromwick, will call time and come out and talk to his pitcher today for the Falmouth Commodores. It's Boyers in left, Pinckney from Alabama in center, Butcher in right, Mooney is at shortstop, McKenzie at second base, the third baseman's Halter, first baseman Walsh, and Cromwick behind the dish.
Now we got to highlight Pinckney out in center field at Alabama this spring. He did not make a single error.
Yeah.
And would you believe what happened when the Commodores came to McKeon Park? He made an error. So
very costly one at that.
Yeah, a guy who doesn't make any blunders. That was what you remember him from in that game a couple weeks back.
The 1-2 to Campbell from Abner. Campbell hits that one to left field. It is in no man's land and down. Mitch Jebb's coming home. Mitch Jebb is in safely. Campbell to second base. And it's a double for the third batter of the ball game for the Harbor Hawks. It sends Mitch Jebb home, and the boys in blue have the lead.
That is big time for the Hawks. One thing they haven't really done as well, Drake, is get on top early. They've struggled to really hit starting pitching this season, but that is huge to get your leadoff guy on, have him steal second. Mitch Jebb just sets the table, and for Jacob Campbell, he just continues to do that. You're going to get a hit from Jacob Campbell every single game he plays, and in that situation, he comes up big time.
Coming to the plate now for the Harbor Hawks is Cole McConnell. McConnell hitting .333, one of the top 5 batters in the league right now. And he works for the man in scoring position. Jacob Campbell stands at second. Abner with 1 out and a 1-run lead for the Harbor Hawks throws a breaking ball for a ball lone outside. 75 miles an hour. He goes down to the curveball there.
That's tough, really, especially to a left-handed hitter.
Yeah.
You might be sitting fastball, and if you are, you're going to be way out in front of that pitch. But McConnell is so disciplined to sit off of it.
It is a lefty on lefty. McConnell awaits the 1-0. He deals. It's another off speed. McConnell fouls that one off to his right.
I got to say, Cole McConnell, as we mentioned, flew under the radar the first couple of weeks. And we talked last night a lot about his premier defense that he gives you out in center field. But with him in the cleanup spot, okay, he's not your typical, cleanup hitter who's going to hit a ton of home runs.
Right.
But he is going to bat 300 in this league.
The 1-1 to Cole McConnell. McConnell's 13 for 39 on the Cape and takes a strike at 89 miles an hour. The inside part of the plate for strike 2.
So tough, too, because Abner's really good against left-handed pitching. With that fastball inside and his delivery, he hides the ball a little bit. So for left-handed hitters, it's tough because you can't really pick it up until it's really on your hands.
The 1-2 now to Cole McConnell with Jacob Campbell standing at second base. A 1-run lead for the Harbor Hawks. That one's fouled away to the right side. Abner at Florida. Intriguing. You talked about the 8 ERA. He comes to the Cape. It his only appearance for Falmouth earlier this season. Goes 2 1/3. Allows 4 hits, 1 walk, but no earned runs. 2 1/3. He faced 12 batters, but didn't allow an earned run.
That's why analytics have become such a big part of the game, because if you look at guys' lines like that, no runs, it doesn't tell you how he pitched.
There's a called strike. Outside part of the plate. Cole McConnell didn't love it. And he'll walk to the dugout as out number 2, and Christian Moore steps in from Tennessee. We've seen Moore in BP just nail some baseballs, and he is well, needed no time to adjust to
No.
Cape Cod League.
And he's at such a young age. You know how impressive that is to come up
Yeah.
here and just start hitting right away. He had a long season, took a little bit of time off. I mean, it really was probably a week if you factor in the travel up here. But for him to just jump in the lineup and play every day says something about the talent this kid has.
First pitch he gets from the Florida lefty. That one's eye level, high, called ball one. Moore has that look too. He's one of the best players already on this team when it comes to being an imposing figure in the box. He's got that 6'2" frame. And one of the team's slogans this season is bench press. He has skipped none of those days.
Nope.
There's the 1-0, fouled out of play to the right. It's a fastball at 89 miles an hour. And I don't think we've seen Abner hit the 90 spot yet. We talked about how he sits 90 to 94.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting to see all the different radar guns at the parks and what they're picking up pitchers at. But we haven't seen Abner before today, so we don't have anything to compare it to. So we got to assume it's accurate.
Now the 1-1 to Christian Moore. Como fouls that one back off to his right. He had the triple earlier in the year against Chatham, a 2-out triple against Carson Wisenon.
That was a big hit.
Projected first-round draft pick next
Right.
summer. And
that gives you some confidence,
Cool.
right? Your first couple days in the league, you get a triple off what many called the top pitching prospect in this league.
yeah. The 1-2 now from Abner. Abner's got a couple of strikeouts already in the top of the first, but the Harbor Hawks have a run as the breaking ball is high and outside.
Yeah, he does not have a feel for that curveball or slider right now. I mean, yeah, it's 73, but it's at the chest. The fastball was working for him really well early on, but for now you're seeing him rely too heavily on it. That's why Jacob Campbell was sitting fastball. We'll see if Moore does the same here, because that breaking pitch I think you can eliminate after how badly he just missed.
Now the 2-2 to Christian Moore. Guy had double-digit homers for the #1 team in college baseball this past season. Abner eyes Campbell at second base. Fires home. Moore swings and misses on the high heat. 3 strikeouts in the top of the first inning for the Harbor Hawks, but not before a single from Mitch Jebb and a double from Jacob Campbell put the Harbor Hawks up 1-0. When we come back, we see the first today of Jackson Baumeister on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day. You're back at the ballpark with Drake Toll and Austin Dakuda on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. Let's meet the lineup on the other side for the Falmouth Commodores. Leading things off, the shortstop from Duke, Alex Mooney, in the 2-hole today. From Oregon, his first appearance on Cape Cod is Josiah Cromwick, who's behind the dish today for Falmouth. In the 3-hole, Colby Halter. Halter on his day will start at third base. And the 4 spot, it's Jacob Walsh out of Oregon, the first baseman today for the Falmouth Commodores. In the 5 spot is Andrew Pickney, Alabama. You mentioned the center fielder from Alabama, whose lone error in the game the last time these two teams played gave the Harbor Hawks a late lead. Drew Butcher from South Florida will follow up Pickney in the lineup. Butcher's in right field today. Following Butcher, Anthony McKenzie from Sam Houston State. McKenzie, a typical shortstop, is the second baseman today for the Falmouth Commodores. And rounding things out is
Our pal Luke Boyers.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, left fielder today.
Yeah, that's him.
Yours truly sometimes struggles to read a lineup, apparently.
Oh, it's just the Wi-Fi here. It took a minute. Sorry it failed you.
You know
there.
what? I'll accept that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was good. But I'll have to face Jackson Baumeister. Mooney coming into the box. Jackson Baumeister's last performance was nothing shy of incredible.
Yeah, to bounce back, right? Didn't get an out in his first start. Comes back 4 dominant innings is the only way to describe it.
Yeah.
He has confidence now, and I'm excited to see how it carries over.
The first pitch the righty from Florida State throws is a called ball low and out. A fastball at 91 miles an hour.
91 with some zip on it, too. That was how you doing?
Yeah.
Start the game.
Hello, Alex Mooney. Welcome to the Jackson Baumeister show. The 1-0 from Baum. That one's a called strike. 92 miles an hour.
I mean, we're 2 pitches in, and you knew the first start of the year he didn't have it right away.
Right.
This is what we saw last start. He's attacking with a fastball, and his velo is already up right now.
It's a warm day, too.
Yeah.
Guy looks pretty loose. Baumeister has thrown 4 innings in total. You mentioned that first game against Wareham. Baumeister allowed 4 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks. Didn't charge an out in that game. The 1-1 to Mooney. There's a breaking ball called strike 76, 92 to 76.
Now, we're noted, not big math guys, but I believe that is a 16-mile-per-hour difference.
Cool. The 1-2 now from Jackson Baumeister. He sets and deals. That's a fastball low at 92 again. Just blow you by. You know, he's got a pitch to work with there.
Right. Shooting for the outside corner, I think. Down and low. Try to freeze a guy now. 2-2. You can go anywhere here.
Harbor Hawks, the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Mooney represents the first batter for Falmouth. The 2-2 from Jackson Baumeister. That one's grounded softly to the left side. Picked up by Jeb. The throw to first is in time. A major league play. That was as good as a bunt from Mooney. Mitch Jeb ran in, snagged it, and the throw to first was impeccable.
I mean, Mitch Jeb, not only with the bat, but with the glove, is just otherworldly. I mean, to come in, field that one, throw on the run, and throw it where Nolan Shanuel has a shot to stretch and make the play. It was right at his head. That's perfect. I mean, a lot of guys are going to pull that throw, skip it in because they're trying to throw it so hard, but Mitch Jeb is just fundamentally sound.
Now you got to deal with Josiah Cromwick from Oregon. The catcher is making his Cape League debut, and he'll have to deal with Jackson Baumeister, who deals him a ball. Fastball 92 again, just a little low and didn't miss by much.
Yeah, poor Josiah Cromwick. First at bat, you're now up second in the lineup, and you got to face a guy throwing 92, and now you're using a wood bat.
Now the 1-0 from Baumeister. Winds, deals. This one's ground to the shortstop, Dom Patelli. Patelli fields cleanly the throw to first, and an easy play for the shortstop from Miami.
It also helps when you're on the mound and you have 2 Gold Glove caliber players at short and third, and Mitch Jeb and Dom Patelli, who you know every single time a ball's hit their way, they are going to make the play. It just gives you another level of confidence.
Josiah Cromwick is followed up in the lineup by Colby Halter out of Florida. Sophomore season at Florida. Halter against right-handed pitchers hit just .220, had a .322 OBP and slugged .356. Batting average was 55 points higher against lefties. The first pitch that the lefty Colby Halter sees is a called strike. That one at 77 miles per hour on the curveball from Jackson Baumeister.
It's just so hard when the guy's throwing his breaking pitch 16 miles per hour, 15 miles per hour slower than his fastball. You can't sit on it.
The 0-1, Baumeister skips that one in the dirt. Jacob Campbell collects it.
You start sitting back for a breaking ball. What are you going to do when he throws a 92-mile-an-hour fastball in the letters? You're going to be way late.
Campbell picked that out of the dirt, threw it right back to Baumeister. Umpire tried to give him a replacement ball because it skipped a couple times. He said, you know what, no.
We're good.
The 1-1 from Baumeister. There's a fastball called strike on the outside half of the plate. That one sits at 91 miles an hour.
Yeah, that was a real heater.
The heater's there.
Yeah, it is.
Now a 1-2, Baumeister ahead on Colby Halter.
I think it's equally as impressive to see a guy come out in the first inning and already be hitting 92 as it is when they're in their 4th inning of work hitting 92, because it says that they're already loose. It takes some time for some guys to ramp up, but he's ready to go.
Baumeister's 1-2. That one's low and in the dirt. It's a 2-2 count now on Halter. And Baumeister's day, I know we've already talked about that first game that he pitched on the year against Wareham. That was, I mean, he's a nightmare. You call it like it is, but he comes right back out, throws really well against Brewster. He's got his stuff here against Falmouth, and now he has the 2-strike count on Colby Halter, and that pitch is skipped off in the dirt. He'll have a full count, dealing with nobody on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the first, harboring a 1-run lead for the Harbor Hawks.
It's just so impressive to see him bounce back. You just mentioned that disaster of a start. To start a season, a lot of guys would just kind of not know how to respond, but he found his confidence, worked on his mechanics with Coach Korn, and now he's already looking good in his 3rd start.
The payoff pitch for Baumeister to end the first inning. Welcome to the ballpark. High heat, a swing and a miss, and Baumeister goes 3 up, 3 down in the first. Your score, Hyannis 1, Falmouth 0. This is the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's, The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Due up for the Harbor Hawks here in the top of the second. Nolan Shaniel out of FAU will lead things off, followed by Rocco Pepe and Dominic Patelli. Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda. Our producers, Bria Losick, Ella Gibson, Abby Stokes, and Mike Maynard alongside us. Director of Broadcasting, Harrison Myers as well. Bringing you back to a Harbor Hawk lead in the top of the second, and that wasn't the MO last night. The Hawks didn't put a run on the board until the 8th inning in an eventual 5-1 win against Bourne. You erase the 8th inning, and, well, you don't have a single run in the whole game.
Well, good thing we played the 8th inning, I guess. I mean, tonight, though.
Did they play? How to play is a strong word.
Well, it was a 20-minute slugfest, I think, with everything that you could imagine happening in an inning. A balk that was said, my bad, not actually a balk by the umpire, and we reset things, a ground rule double, an infield single, a bunt, a beautiful bunt at some point. So you had everything. If you love baseball, you could have just showed up for the 8th inning and seen everything you needed.
No kidding. Nolan Shaniel steps to the plate. He's 11 for 51 this season, batting .215 with a couple of RBI, and the 6-hole today playing first base. And the first pitch that he sees from Philip Abner is a breaking ball that gets away from him and bounces in the dirt, ball one.
Yeah, Nolan's just such a talented hitter at the plate. It's only a matter of time before that batting average here on the Cape starts to rise.
Shaniel, next pitch he sees. There's a cut and a miss, and now a 1-1.
.369 batting average at FAU at .477 OBP, 16 homers, 39 walks, and just 22 strikeouts.
Shaniel fouls that one out of play back behind us. Last summer for the Bethesda Big Train, Nolan Shaniel hit .333 with a .510 OBP.
That will play.
The 1-2 to Nolan Shaniel. He cuts that one to center field, and it is caught by Pickney. Pickney, one of the best center fielders we've seen from a defensive standpoint, comes in on that one, makes the play, and again, the only error he's really put together this season. We're talking to the broadcasters before the game, and it's the one error they've seen out of him. He's closed things down since then, but the one that he made in center field against the Harbor Hawks the first time these teams met was the nail in the coffin for Falmouth.
Yeah, didn't make an error at college. Comes here, first few games, no errors, and the only error he made ends up kind of costing you a game, unfortunately, if you're the Commodores.
First pitch that Abner throws to Rocco Pepe is fastball, chest level and high, finally hits that 90-mile-an-hour mark. And now the 1-0 from Abner to Pepe. Rocco fouls that one back behind us. Pepe was struggling with the bat up until he hit a triple against Chatham that put the Harbor Hawks in position in Game 2 on Sunday to come back and tie the Anglers.
Yeah, and while he's known for a power bat here on the Cape, he did hit .321 at Long Beach this year.
The 1-1 is high and outside. That one again at 90 miles an hour. We've talked about how he'll sit 90 to 94.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of 89s in the first frame from Philip Abner.
And now you're seeing 91, which is why I mentioned it's so impressive to see Baumeister come out at 92 in his first inning.
The 2-1 to Pepe. That one is low and a called ball.
Good thing. Thought for a second that might find the zone.
Right.
You never know. The umpires, I must say, are consistent league-wide.
Yeah.
It's just the only difference is some go lower than others, but otherwise you know it's going to be an outside zone.
The 3-1 on Pepe. Pepe gets a pitch he likes. He skies that one deep into left field. It's moving into foul territory, and it is foul. The interesting part about this ballpark here is the net ends past the first base and third base dugouts, and the fence ends pretty much there too. There's no fence in right field or in left field. The crowd is just exposed to the baseball field.
Yeah, and foul territory towards the right and left field line, as you mentioned, Drake. A throw that gets sailed could very well result in an extra base.
Payoff pitch to Pepe. He watches ball 4 low, and you can tell the Falmouth dugout, not the biggest fans of that one. Just below the knee and called ball. Could have gone either way. Works out for Rocco, who takes first base.
Yeah, it's rare to see Rocco Pepe draw a walk. He only had 13 in 54 games at Long Beach State. It's not because he strikes out a ton, but it's because he's swinging the bat. He's not looking to watch pitches. The guy likes to attack early, and there does a really good job at drawing the walk.
Abner will now face Dominic Patelli. Dom is 5 for 33 on his young Cape year. 1 home run and 4 RBI. He's one of like 7 guys with 4 RBI on the team.
Yeah, that's the magic number.
Lefty on lefty matchup here with Pepe at first base and 1 out here in the top of the second. Harbor Hawks leading it 1-0. Dominic Patelli takes a fastball outside part of the plate for a strike. 90 miles an hour again there from Philip Abner. And we've seen some funky pitch clocks here on the Cape, whether it's at Chatham or even in Hyannis from time to time. And let's say this pitch clock's off by even a couple miles an hour. If it's in favor of Abner and he's really pumping 91, 92 as that pitch is taken high and outside, if he's really pumping 91, 92, that means that Jackson Baumeister is clipping that 94 level, which he's not unfamiliar with.
Well, there's a reason Jackson Baumeister is atop the 2023 draft boards, soaring through the first round.
That one grounded right at the second baseman. It's fumbled, and the throw to first is not in time. Wow. Patelli's safe. Rocco Pepe is safe. And you could see pretty clearly that McKenzie at second wanted a double play ball, would have had it, but couldn't collect the baseball out of the glove, and that error will put 2 on with 1 out here and Riku Nashidu at the plate.
And he's a shortstop by trade, move over to second base, and usually they fare very well at that position. It's a shorter throw, easier to collect the ball, but there McKenzie, I think, was thinking too quickly and didn't really take time to make the transfer out of the glove, and unfortunately good speed was running from first to second, and Patelli really gets out of the box, and now the Harbor Hawks have something brewing here.
So now Don Patelli on first base, Rocco Pepe on second, Nashidu at the plate with 1 down and a 1-0 lead. Nashidu wiped the plate off, gave it a fist bump. You can see Cromwick behind the dish playing catcher today for Falmouth was, I don't know if in shock is the best way to put that, as that first ball's high and outside, but he looked at Riku and said something to him. Both those guys smiled and had quite the encounter. Cromwick, this is just his second inning catching on the Cape this summer, and you see Riku Nashidu do something like that.
He's getting the full experience, and they're not wasting any time.
No, that's new. You're not quite used to that one. The next pitch that Nashidu sees, that's low and outside. And you got to remember, too, Cromwick's got those Oregon cleats on, got the bright green Nike. He's looking at his future teammate who's standing in the left-handed batter's box right now as well.
Pretty cool.
Now the 2-0 from Abner to Riku Nashidu, who's out of Mount Hood Community College. And he fouls that one away, fights it off to our left. Nashidu's a guy, and we've mentioned this multiple times on the year, who he may end up batting 200 on the Cape. But if his OBP is 450, he's done what Riku Nashidu came here to do.
He's here to fight off pitches, to get on base, and put the ball in play. And he's done all 3 of those things so far this season. Of course, some of them haven't turned out to be hits because he doesn't have a ton of power, but he's really adjusting nicely and starting to see that batting average climb a bit.
The 2-1 from Abner to Nashidu. That one's eye level, taken for a ball. And we've mentioned, too, Abner struggles with placing his pitches. Through 24 1/3 at Florida, he had 20 walks.
Yeah, you saw that in the first inning, Drake. He couldn't locate an off-speed pitch the first few batters of the game, and now the fastball is starting to lose it a little bit here, so he's got to really bear down. Otherwise, you're in a bases-loaded situation with the top of the order on deck.
Now the 3-1 to Riku Nashidu with 2 on and 1 down here in the top of the second. That one's grounded up the middle. It's recovered cleanly by the shortstop. The plate second has made the plate first, not in time. Rocco Pepe will advance to third base, and it'll be runners on the corners. Nashidu at first, Rocco Pepe at third, and we'll go to the top of the lineup with Mitch Jebb, whose bat has been hot, especially in scenarios similar to this.
It's a big spot for Jebb, but for Riku in that spot, if they're not playing double play depth, that might have a shot to get through the middle of the infield, but the middle infielder's pinching the second base bag, and unfortunately, it's a fielder's choice. But luckily, first and third, Drake, not a bad spot for a leadoff man to get up.
Just got a text that Riku Nashidu is still using the bat that he broke, apparently. He's broken probably 4 or 5 of them by now.
That one, he said, has lots of hits left in it.
Yep. He just chipped it a little bit, huh?
He won't get rid of it until it completely shatters.
With 2 outs, there is an off-speed pitch, chest level, taken for a ball by Mitch Jebb. Mitch Jebb, 0 for 10, his first 10 at-bats on the Cape, and since then, well, he hasn't looked back. Out of Michigan State, listed on the roster as being Mitchell Jebb, said one of the worst things about this world is that one's fouled out of play to the left side. Is him being called Mitchell.
Doesn't like it?
Oh, it's his least favorite thing. And every PA announcer, as he comes to the plate that says Mitchell, it's just that grimace. It gives him a reason to hit the way that he hits.
I don't think we should correct the other PA announcers then. They're not going to give any tips.
Keep it going.
If it helps him, motivates him at the plate, then let's just let it happen.
No kidding. Mitch Jebb had a hit that opened our ball game on the second pitch of the game. A single to left field, later came around to score. That's how we got to 1-0 as Jeb swings on that one to left field. Coming over and making the catch is Boyers, and that will retire the Harbor Hawks. 2 left on here. No hits, but a couple of walks that put Hawks on base. We come back. It's the bottom of the second inning. Hyannis is up 1-0 on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Welcome back to the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda here from Gov Fuller Field, and welcome back to the bump, Jackson Baumeister. Austin, to recount where Baumeister was, this time just a couple of weeks ago against Wareham, in the game, didn't record an out, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 batters faced before his day was done. Had the eternal ERA that just doesn't go away. Take as many numbers as you want and multiply them. He comes back out against Brewster, goes 4 innings, no earned runs, just 2 hits and 5 strikeouts. We are seeing even past that level from Jackson Baumeister already today.
And I think part of it, Drake, is Coach Corn, one of the pitching coaches here in Hyannis. Baumeister gave credit to him in his post-game interview a week ago with Bria Losick. He said, I met with Coach Corn, we went over some mechanical adjustments, and since then I've just had some confidence and made a lot of adjustments that have helped me on the mound.
There's some high heat, high and outside against Jacob Walsh, who stands in here. Walsh, also from Oregon, will be a teammate of Riku Nashidu as well come next spring.
Ducks and Hawks all around today.
Yeah, Walsh, the first baseman today for Falmouth. The 1-0 from Baumeister. He fouls that one back behind us. Now the count evens at 1-1.
We're seeing him go fastball early to left-handed hitters and then breaking stuff to righties. We'll see if that trend continues or how Jacob Campbell calls the rest of the game. We might see Baumeister go 4 or 5 tonight.
The 1-1 from Baumeister. That one's taken for a ball. The off-speed at 81 miles an hour. Flashes you the changeup there.
It's a good changeup, too. It's got some movement to it, some late bite.
Baumeister down on the count, 2-1. Deals off the Oregon first baseman. That one's fouled away again, and the count even at 2-2. Baumeister came up with a couple of 2-strike counts in the bottom of the first, but only 1 strikeout to show for it. He had 5 through 4 innings against Brewster.
It's going to be a tough guy to punch out here because Walsh is going to foul off a lot of pitches.
It's the 2-2 to Walsh. That one. Sky on the left side. Mitch Jebb may not have room. He shades over the ball near the dugout, and the catch is made by Mitch Jebb. No line of sight for our broadcasters, but you could tell by the reaction from the crowd and the umpires. Jebb leaned over the railing of the dugout, made that catch, and Jacob Walsh is retired on, well, what was likely a web gem from Mitch Jebb.
Yeah, well, we couldn't see it, but we could hear it, and we saw how far Mitch Jebb had to go to at least get under that ball. But what a job by him to steal an out for your pitcher.
Now batting is Corey Collins, who takes a ball low and a 1-0 count. A little tip of the cap there from Jackson Baumeister over to Mitch Jebb. You got a tough batter, like you mentioned, and Jacob Walsh, who loves to foul him off. And
yeah, it fouled off, too. That would have been a third, but
yeah,
nice
when
job.
your defense is helping you like that, well, that's a pretty good sign. The 1-0 now. That one's high heat at 92. Outside a 2-0 count. Corey Collins is ahead early.
Yeah, Corey Collins, his first collegiate summer ball experience is here on Cape Cod. He plays at Georgia last 2 seasons in the SEC. At 256 last year with 11 bombs, 19 home runs throughout his 2 years.
Collins is 2 for 22 on the year, and he swings and misses at a fastball at 91.
Yeah, I might go back to that pitch because Collins was way late. The head flew out a bit. The left-hander with a big loopy swing at that one.
The righty Jackson Baumeister stands at 6'4", 225.
He doesn't look 6'4", but he is. I mean, he's not one of
Oh,
those guys.
hey, where are you going there?
Well, I'm saying there's some guys you look at and you say, man, that guy is so tall and lengthy, but Baumeister's just built so solid.
2-1, misses with a breaking ball high.
He's just built so solid that it's not as much of like an imposing, lengthy figure. Like we saw Wisenhunt, right? It's about 6'4", 6'5". You could tell he's kind of a little bit more lengthy than Baumeister, but he's still throwing 94, 95 here for Jackson.
A 3-1 to Corey Collins. Baumeister puts that one high, and the first base runner of the game is Collins on a walk in the bottom of the second inning. Harbor Hawks leading this one 1-0, and following Corey Collins will be Andrew Pinckney, the center fielder from Alabama. And Jackson, if you're listening back to this, you do look 6'4". Can't believe you took a shot at the guy like that. You recovered well, though. You did.
No, I mean, it wasn't a. He
It's a
is
frame
6'4".
thing.
I
It's
said
a
he
frame
was.
thing.
I'm just saying he's not one of the guys who comes off as like. I mean,
gotta put the shovel
put
down.
him next to Brewster.
Yeah, no kidding. 7 foot tall across the way. First pitch to Pinckney. That one's high.
Yeah, Pinckney's a very talented baseball player. Alabama hit 303, 7 homers. We talked about him not making an error, sporting a 1,000 fielding percentage across 117 chances for the Crimson Tide this year.
The 1-0 to Pinckney. Baumeister working from the stretch for the first time today. Deals off, and that one's high. At the letters, 2-0 count now. Baumeister, of his last 6 pitches, 7 pitches, 6 of them have been balls.
We'll see how he settles in here. Getting towards the meat of the order. Some of these guys maybe taking some pitches, trying to make him throw some more, as it was a quick first inning.
See red light here at 2-0.
Yeah, I'd say so.
There's a strike. Fastball right down the pipe. And I think that was exactly what it was for the Alabama center fielder. Corey Collins, who stands at first base out of Georgia, and calls time to rub out a divot in the base path. Had no stolen bases through 57 games played for the Bulldogs in Athens last season.
All right, so might not be seeing any pickoff moves this at bat.
Nope, probably no steal attempts either. Now the 2-1 to Pinckney. Baumeister deals it, a fastball again. That one at 89 miles an hour, took a little bit off of it and a called strike.
See where he goes here on 2-2. Pinckney is a guy who did strike out a couple times in his season debut with Falmouth. Actually, it was 1 for 4, 3 punch-outs. He's kind of prone to the strikeout a bit.
51 strikeouts at Alabama this past season to 17 walks. Not the best. The 2-2 from Jackson Baumeister deals that one. Breaking ball. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. The bottom dropped out, and Pinckney walks back to the dugout.
Yeah, what can you do about that one if you're Pinckney? It's coming in at the letters, and all of a sudden, it just drops a couple of feet right down to your knees, and you are frozen as a right-handed hitter with it coming at you. Beautiful pitch from Jackson.
Whew. Drew Brutcher steps in now. Out of South Florida, Brutcher is 6 for 37 on his Cape Cod season. Has a home run this year and 3 RBI. Has Collins over at first base and 2 down here in the bottom of the second. First pitch he sees, a big cut and a miss on a fastball in the zone. And Baumeister's ahead 0-1.
Drew's another guy who comes from an athletic family. His dad, Len Brutcher, was his coach in high school and was selected in the second round of the 1988 MLB draft.
Oh, that's probably good. That'll play. The 0-1, that one. Cut on and missed again. And Jackson Baumeister's ahead 0-2. Do you pull the old Zach Berman and buzz the high heat right past his eyes?
I'd say so. He's been throwing the fastball really well to left-handed hitters, so we'll see if he does it again.
The 0-2 to Brutcher. We'll see how quickly that Baumeister works here, and if he wants to give him something good, and he'll go ball outside that one in the right-handed batter's box. And the 0-2, you don't want to necessarily throw a pitch away, but you want to give a batter something that may throw him off or what you deal with the 1-2, and it looks like that's what Baumeister was trying to do there.
If you're ahead 0-2, why throw something in the zone that if you make a mistake on, they can hit? I mean, if you're a little outside the zone, try to make them chase. Try to at least show them something, change their eye level. That way you can come back with an even better pitch on 1 and 2.
Jacob Campbell, the catcher out of Illinois, comes out and has a chat with Baumeister on the mound. On Baumeister's day so far, he's thrown a total of 31 pitches through 1 2/3, and he's a strike away from getting out of the bottom of the second.
A little more than you'd like, but he's still in play to go a couple more innings.
The 1-2 to Drew Brutcher. Baumeister deals. There's a ball outside, just missed by a few inches on that one, and now the count evens at 2-2.
That's where part of the trouble's been today, is putting away hitters and when he has the chance, right? When he's ahead 0-2 or 1-2. Some of the at-bats have been extended a bit, but still, he's really looking sharp.
Butcher's one of the hotter bats on this team, too, per the broadcasters from Falmouth and our meeting on the pregame. And the 2-2 to Butcher. That one's another ball outside. He had Butcher on 0-2, has thrown 3 straight balls that have all been outside.
That's where Jackson's going to grow this summer. That's where he's going to continue to develop, is when, you know, he can finish hitters early or not waste some pitches. That will allow him to pitch deeper into games.
Now the payoff on Drew Butcher. Collins standing at first base and 2 down, bottom of the second. Harbor Hawks up by 1. Righty Baumeister from the stretch doesn't even check the runner, deals home. That pitch, breaking ball, hello, goodbye. Called strike 3. And Jackson Baumeister, despite allowing the first base runner of the ball game, gets out of the second inning unscathed. Your score, Hyannis 1, Falmouth 0. To the top of the third we go on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Tito Flores, Jacob Campbell, and Cole McConnell are due up. That's the 2, 3, and the 4 for the Harbor Hawks in the top of the third with a 1-0 lead. Bringing you back, Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda. Austin, not a bad place to start off the top of the third.
Not at all. You have your 2-3-4 coming up and one of your best all-around hitters. Tito Flores not only can hit for power, but he will hit for contact. At Michigan this season, 66 hits, 19 doubles, 11 homers. So a little bit of everything you get from Tito, and that's why he has firmly been asserted into the 2 spot in this lineup. I know Coach Beatty talked to us about it. He loves Jeb's speed and contact in the 1 spot, and then Tito's just a hitter in the 2 spot, and that's just is going to be – I think that's going to be your 1-2 the rest of the way.
You know, a big part of this game today is seeing how Falmouth attacks their bullpen, because we've already heard that Philip Abner, who is taking the mound again, the big lefty from Florida, will likely only throw 3 innings. You saw him at 2 1/3 in his first appearance against Wareham earlier this season. This could be his last inning here.
Could very well be, and when you have to reach into your bullpen so early, you might be seeing a long night of 3 or 4 arms.
Tito Flores is at the plate and takes ball 1 eye level, 88 miles an hour. The fastball again there. No break on that one. You see some guys who have a little bit of a tail to their fastball.
Especially at like 88 to 92, you'll see a 2-seamer with tail. Not here.
The 1-0 from Abner. Tito Flores swings and misses. Count evens at 1-1. Abner out of Gainesville. I mean, Florida went to him quite a bit this past year. Only started 1 game, but had plenty of appearances for the Gators. The 1-1 to Flores. Flores grounds that one back up the middle. It is fielded by the shortstop. The throw over to first is high and toward the dugout. It's recovered eventually by the catcher, Cromwick, who is there to back it up. That'll be the second error of the game for the Falmouth Commodores. Mooney sailed that ball over Walsh's head at first, and Tito Flores is safe.
Yeah, Mooney waited on it. He waited an extra hop, but he still had plenty of time to make the throw, and nothing more than just sailed it. That's the only way you can explain it.
That felt like an easy play for Mooney, and it really is, but that happens. These are still major league caliber baseball players.
Well, I mean, even the best big leaguers in a season are going to make 10, 12, 15 errors, somewhere in that range.
Now standing in for the Harbor Hawks is Jacob Campbell, who fouls one off his foot and away to the right side. He bends down, grabs the calf, massages it a bit, and here comes the home plate umpire out to Philip Abner. You see that a lot. It's almost a vote of respect. When the home plate blew, sees a player take a foul ball off themselves. He calls his own time, brings out the baseball to Abner, and trots back behind home plate.
Dave Perry, a veteran home plate umpire. We saw him Sunday against Chatham, and he chopped it up with Coach Beatty before today's game a little bit. I know he's very friendly with the managers, especially
a lot of the
Holiday
managers.
and Chatham.
Him and Tom go way back, actually. Had some stories from both of their young baseball days when they would go out to the ballpark together. Great to see the relationship with a lot of these umpires and the managers as Jacob Campbell's down to the count 0-1 with Tito Flores over at first base. The pitch from Abner. There's a strike and kind of froze him on the changeup there inside.
Yeah, 79 miles an hour, and it was on the inside corner. So with a left-handed pitcher, that's coming across the plate at you. It's a tough pitch to read out of his hand.
That's 79. The changeup sits 79 to 83. You could see the way that ball moved. I mean, again, the changeup's built to look like the fastball out of the hand. It did. That's probably the best pitch we've seen out of Abner so far. The 0-2 now. Campbell lines that one right at the second baseman. The catch is made. Tito Flores is back to first base safely, and a nice play there by McKenzie.
Yeah, got it off the hand a little bit. That's one of those wood bat ones where it's just, a dead ball off the bat, essentially. Not going to go many places. So for Campbell, he heads back to the dugout, but you're still in a good spot with just one out.
Cole McConnell at the plate now. Eric Beatty said in the pregame, McConnell is the best defensive center fielder that he has seen in baseball.
Yeah, ever. He said, I mean, that says a lot because Eric Beatty played in the Cape League, played at a D1 college, and was drafted. And, a guy who has played with a ton of big league center fielders.
Fastball taken on the outside part of the plate for a strike at 88 miles an hour. 0-1 count on McConnell, trying to get a little one-out rally going with Tito Flores over at first base. The next pitch to McConnell. That one rolls inside, almost hit him. May have just skated past his jersey.
Only 73, so it might be okay if you let that one hit you. Not going to do too much damage.
McConnell is tied with about half the team with 4 RBI for third on the team this season. Got a .333 batting average coming in today, which was the best on the squad, top 5 in the league. Now the 1-1 to Cole McConnell with 1 down. Abner delivers. That ball's in the dirt. McConnell wanted it, but smartly laid off.
Yeah, you're looking for a fastball early in this count, and when you see a pitch with break like that, you're almost so far out in front. It's so hard to hold the bat up. A nice job by Cole to show some discipline. His hands are very strong, not somebody who's going to allow the bat to leak over the plate. Really good job of showing some plate discipline.
McConnell's on a 7-game hit streak, trying to extend that here today. The 2-1 to Cole McConnell. That one's a fastball called strike. Count evens at 2-all.
Great location there, outside corner. Hit the mitt of Cromwick, and now for Cole McConnell, got to protect here on 2-2.
McConnell was 1 for 4 against Bourne yesterday in the 5-1 victory. And now the 2-2 from Abner. Checks over to Flores. Delivers home, called strike 3. And Cole McConnell has been called out looking twice in this ball game now.
Same pitch, too, on both of those strikeout lookings for Cole. It's something he's going to have to adjust to a little bit, is that outside part of the zone being called strike. And it makes it harder, though, when it's a left-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter. It's coming across Cole's body, and it looks so much further outside than it really is. But a tough pitch to do anything with, even if you do swing at it.
McConnell gives way to Christian Moore. First pitch from Abner to Moore. There's a big cut and a miss. And we saw that Abner's strikeout stuff was working in the first inning against the Harbor Hawks.
Yeah, they're behind the fastballs was my biggest takeaway from that first inning. And Moore went down swinging, and it was the fastball that Abner tripled up onto him. We saw one to start this at bat. Might see another here.
The 0-1 to Christian Moore with Flores on first. Moore cuts and misses at that one. Goes breaking ball low, 80 miles an hour. Moore is down 0-2 out of Queens, New York. His first 3 games on the Cape, registered a hit in all of them. That was at Bourne and the doubleheader against Chatham. But in the game against Bourne yesterday, went 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. Now the 0-2 to Christian Moore is in the dirt. Had a hot start, still batting .250, which that'll play this early in the season.
Yeah, especially here in the Pitchers League. We've talked about it, so much, but it really is something to really make noteworthy every single game because .250 will get you a long way in this league.
The next pitch to Moore. Moore skies out into center field. Pinckney's coming over, and it's going to land and get above Pinckney's head. Here comes at third base Tito Flores. Flores is going to hold up there. Christian Moore's got a double. Pinckney overran the ball. Moore is into second standing up. Flores into third standing up. And now 2 in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks with Nolan Shaniel coming to the dish.
He barreled that pitch up. I couldn't tell if it was an off-speed pitch or what that was thrown there by Abner, but Christian Moore didn't really miss it. Probably a pitch he puts out with a metal bat, but man, that was a really good piece of hitting.
Saw Pinckney overrun the baseball
I mean,
there in center. And as much as we've talked about his fielding, and he's been fine, but you don't see the little mistakes like that. Typically good at reading a baseball.
That's what I think also puts Colby Mcconnell ahead of everybody else in this league, because even on balls that he's just trying to cut off from the wall or might be in the gap, he still takes the right angle every single time to get to it. There's never a mistake with Cole. He's just so well-rounded. And Pinckney, as we mentioned, just perfect at Alabama. I mean, almost perfect here on the Cape, and that was just a tough angle. Maybe didn't read it right off the bat of Moore.
A mound visit here for Falmouth. We've mentioned that Abner will not go too deep into this ball game. He is through 2 2/3. Here in the top of the third, the Harbor Hawks lead at 1-0. Hyannis has 3 hits off of Abner. Falmouth has yet to collect a hit off of Jackson Baumeister in today's game. They also have 2 errors in the field. Christian Moore with another extra base hit. We've already mentioned the triple that he had earlier this year that sparked a 2-out rally against Carson Wisenhunt and Chatham.
This team is so good with 2 outs. They just put it together, and here's another chance for that. You just saw the Moore double, now second, third. Nolan Shanuel coming back up to the plate. Did hit the ball pretty well in his first at-bat. It was a fly-out, Drake, but I thought he made some good contact.
Well, Shanuel in his last 2 games combined is 3 for 7. You've been waiting for him to just go on an absolute tear. He was one of the guys that sparked the 5-run 8th inning last night at Bourne. Abner from the stretch with 2 in scoring position and 2 down. First pitch to Nolan Shanuel. He goes fastball inside ball 1. Abner working quickly, gets the ball back fast and is back on the rubber. Eyes in at the lefty from FAU. Lefty on lefty matchup here. Abner's 1-0 to Nolan. That one's taken high inside as well. Goes fastball, buzzes it by the chest. 2-0, Shanuel's ahead.
Well, 2-0 now. You're sitting the fastball, and if it's not in the location you want, after those 2 bad misses, he might just be taking here. But if you get a fastball inside, don't be surprised if he turns on it.
The 2-0 to Shanuel. Shanuel skies that one to left field, back and deep in foul territory, running over and letting it go out of play as the left fielder, Boyers.
We got the fastball, was just late on it. Now we'll see if he makes the adjustment.
Now the 2-1 to Shanuel. He has 11 hits on 51 at-bats this season. No extra base hits. Would you believe that?
It's hard to believe because he had 16 homers at FAU. So the power's there. It just hasn't shown up as much here on Cape Cod.
The 2-1 pitch from Abner to Shanuel. Nolan takes that one in the dirt. 3-1 now. You know he'll likely get a pitch that he likes. And when you got Christian Moore on second, Tito Flores on third, if Shanuel can lace a single here, that's 2 more runs on the board and adds the 1-0 Harbor Hawk lead. Abner from the stretch. Won't even acknowledge the runners. The 3-1. Shanuel takes outside. Another ball and a walk that'll put Shanuel on first, load the bases up for the Harbor Hawks, and following Shanuel is the Juice Rabbit Rocco Pepe coming to the plate. Pepe earlier tonight walked. That was in the first inning where the Harbor Hawks struck first, and here comes a pitching change for Falmouth. That will be the day. It's over for Philip Abner in total. He will be in charge of the 3 base runners that are on right now. Nolan Shanuel's over at first, Christian Moore at second, Tito Flores at third. His final stat line, Abner goes 2 2/3, allows 3 hits. He walks 2, does strike out 4, and has allowed his first earned run of the season. Abner in total as well. 2 2/3 through 61 pitches. Not too efficient of a day as, again, he'll be charged with the 3 that are on. They're loaded up, and when we come back, we'll tell you about the new man on the bump for the Falmouth Commodores. Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda, and a 1-0 Harbor Hawk lead on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Anzuoni. Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. After 2 2/3, Philip Abner out of Florida has been chased from the ball game when the bases are loaded. 1 out needed for the new arm, Cam Minacci. The righty comes into the game at 6'3", 210 pounds, out of Wake Forest. And at Wake Forest this past spring, Minacci was 2-4, had a 2.18 ERA. That 2.18 ERA came in 45 innings pitched. You like that you chase the starter this early, but I'm not really sure if you like getting Minacci out of it.
No, you don't. He's had 59 punch-outs and 45 1/3 innings pitched. That is a quite good strikeouts to 9. His career K per 9 throughout college, throughout summer ball, 11.3. So this guy is going to come in, he's going to throw strikes, and he may just strike you out.
As they say, that'll play.
That'll play. We hope it doesn't play here.
Right.
With the bases loaded and Rocco coming up to plate, but hey.
Minacci's been pretty solid on Cape Cod as well. It does have a 9 ERA, but that's 3 earned runs through 3 innings, and we've mentioned here how one bad inning can just balloon you.
And it was a pair of home runs he allowed.
Oh.
3 innings, 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 homers, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. So unfortunately for a Parrell on the mound, it was the long ball that came back to bite him.
Rocco Pepe steps the dish here with the bases juiced. The Juice Rabbit trying to add to the Harbor Hawk 1-0 lead here at the top of the 3rd inning with 2 down and all of the bases occupied. First pitch from Minacci. There's a called strike. Minacci overall will sit today. Fastball at 90-94, slider 81-85, changeup 82-86. Not quite dramatic differences as compared to the starter Philip Abner.
So expect some movement on them.
Yep. The 0-1 from Minacci. Juice Rabbit Pepe skies that one back behind the dish and out of play. He stays alive, but he's down 0-2. Minacci's first 2 pitches. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, you can see the movement to that fastball. Looked like it rose a bit on Pepe and on the hands. And now 0-2, you're in a really tough spot because he can go multiple different ways.
Pepe is 7 for 31 this season. Started 4 for 8. As a homer, 5 RBI. That homer came in the opener at Wareham for the Harbor Hawks. It's been about a month and a half since then. The 0-2 to Rocco Pepe. Righty Minacci sets and deals. That one's a breaking ball, high chest level, 79 miles an hour. And you see Minacci, who could work from the windup, says, I'll go from the stretch. Why not?
Yeah, it's interesting to see the pitcher's preferences when they come in with a bases loaded situation.
Yeah.
Some guys really are just prefer the windup in that situation, but if you're going from the stretch, I think it helps you focus a little better on the task at hand.
Righty Minacci to Pepe, the 2-2. Pepe skies that one to right field. It's going back, camping out underneath it, and making the grab is Brutcher, and that retires the Harbor Hawk top of the 3rd. Bases juiced, 3 left on with the fly out to Brutcher, but the boys in blue still lead this ball game 1-0 on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including 5th-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day. Jackson Baumeister back on the bump for the Harbor Hawks, and he'll have to deal with the 8-hole hitter Anthony McKenzie of Sam Houston State, the first one to the dish, followed by the 9-hole Boyers and the leadoff hitter Mooney, Drake Toll, and Austin Takuda. Austin, it's the Baumeister show so far here in Falmouth. The guy's been sharp, and his stuff is there through 2 innings of play.
That is the case, Drake, and Baumeister has yet to allow a hit.
Yeah, thank you, Austin.
And Riveting analysis. Sorry.
Thank you for the color analysis there.
The 3 strikeouts is what impresses me because to end the last inning, he got 2 guys frozen on the breaking ball, right? And one of them was in a full count. So Baumeister's finding his secondary pitches to go along with that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. I'm excited to see how it carries over into his 3rd inning of work.
Righty on lefty, Anthony McKenzie at the dish. He shows bunt. He bunts down the left field side, and it is foul. Mitch Jebb picks it up about 4 feet past the chalk and trying to catch Mitch Jebb off guard. Look, you've seen it in baseball. There are slow third basemen that exist. There have been plenty of them in the major leagues. Mitch Jebb doesn't happen to be one of those guys, it turns out.
No, he played some short, played some second already. I mean, he can play any
please
infield
push bunt
position.
to Mitch
Go
Jebb.
ahead. Yeah, he'll get
free.
to it.
Feel free.
He'll get to it with plenty of time.
Take that chance. The 0-1 now from Baumeister to McKenzie. McKenzie swings out of his shoes and misses at that one. Now 0-2.
Might be why he tried to bunt because he was quite well behind that fastball.
McKenzie on his Young Cape season batting 176. Now the 0-2 from Baumeister. That didn't take long, cut and a miss, and a strikeout again. Jackson Baumeister is, how you say, dealing.
Yeah, I mean, that was just pretty simple, Drake. Nothing much to break down there.
Nope.
3 pitches, 2 fastballs in a row after the bunt, 92 on the second one. I mean, McKenzie just wasn't close to the fastball.
Stepping to the plate now is Luke Boyers. Boyers out of TCU.
He's got experience in the Cape already, 5 games this year, but had played 24 with Falmouth last summer.
Baumeister called strike on the breaking ball at 76 miles an hour. You go 92 to 76, and he starts the at-bat here against Boyers at 76. Now you get to brush 92 up at you. There's another breaking ball. He goes 76 again, drops it in the zone, and 0-2 on Luke Boyers.
I mean, those 2 breaking pitches, Drake, what do you do with them? You
know,
can't
man.
wait back on it.
I don't want to swing. I don't want to hit.
No, I'm good here.
Now the 0-2, Baumeister deals it. That one's outside. Baumeister, as opposed to, he had 7-pitch stretch where he threw 6 balls. He has now thrown just 1 ball in his last 6 pitches.
Not too bad.
Didn't take him long, just 3 pitches to sit down Anthony McKenzie, and he's ahead 1-2 here. The pitch, a cut, a miss, and another K for Jackson Baumeister. Rack up his 5th through 2 2/3.
Well, he goes breaking ball, shows you the fastball, makes you think about it, comes back with a breaking ball and gets a swing on it, and, I mean, comes up empty, does Boyers. And that's a guy who has experience in the Cape, as we mentioned, a real pro hitter at the plate. Now you're back to the top of the order, and you're feeling confident on the mound if you're Jackson Baumeister.
Here comes Alex Mooney out of Duke. Mooney is 0 for 1 today, batting .259 on the season. First pitch he sees, that one's ground to the left side, just foul. Third base side.
He was early on the fastball there, Drake. The 92-mile-an-hour fastball, he was out in front, so, I mean, you might go breaking pitch here, and he may be way ahead of it.
Yeah, he was
sitting it for sure.
Alex Mooney waits for no man.
No.
The 0-1 from Baumeister with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. That one's skied to center field. Cole McConnell going back. Cole McConnell near the warning track and makes the catch. McConnell tracking backwards, found a way to pull range behind him, make the grab, and retire the Falmouth Commodores in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The range, Austin, is impeccable. McConnell does it again, records the out, and we're going to take it to our sideline reporter, Bria Losick, for a baseline update.
Thanks so much, Drake. Playing games almost every day against a lot of the same teams can kind of all run together, but Coach Beatty tries to add a little bit of excitement to each day by switching up his socks. Today, Skip is wearing a pair of Nemo socks and said he bought them because it's one of those movies his kids asks to put on over and over and over again. No better day to wear them than when both of his sons are serving as bat boys. The older one, Jackson, was taking BP today, switching in the same round as Tito Flores and Mitch Jebb. And the only differences between them were maybe about a foot of height and the metal bat that Jackson was using. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Bria, and a great update. I know I've seen at the day 1 meeting, Coach Eric Beatty had donut socks on. And when we come back, it's the Harbor Hawk top of the 4th inning. We'll see if they can add the 1-0 lead on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day. Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda here in the Tim Elstrom broadcast booth as we bring you back to Harbor Hawk baseball action at the top of the fourth here at Falmouth, where the good guys lead the ball game 1-0, and stepping up to the plate for Hyannis is Dominic Patelli. Rock Dominic Patelli, as they call it, as his friends call him.
Well, yeah, I mean, he played every game at shortstop for the Miami squad this past spring, a guy who is a rock in your lineup because he's not going to miss any days.
Yeah. First pitch called strike, fastball at 90 miles an hour on the outside half of the plate to Patelli. He's down to the count 0-1 here to Minacci. There's a fastball high and outside. Minacci leaning on the fastball, and Camden came out of the class of 2020, now throws the Demon Deacons at Wake Forest, and oh boy, this guy at 6'3", you can see he's got the frame. 6'3", 210 as he comes home and goes high and outside with the 1-1, 3 straight fastballs here at Patelli. You can see in the frame, you can see in the way he throws, and you can see in his numbers he's a future major leaguer.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, everything about him is mechanically sound.
Now the 2-1 at Patelli. Dom swings and misses, and the count evens at 2-2.
Such a tough pitch to hit. 88, but with movement in the bottom half of the zone. Really not a pitch you can do much with, even if you make contact.
Now the 2-2 with nobody out, nobody on. Patelli leading off the fourth, and he fouls that one off to the left side. Riku Nashidu will follow up Patelli in the lineup, and then it flips back to Mitch Jebb for his third at-bat of the game. 3 at-bats through just 4 innings, and that was Philip Abner's. It was M.O. in his first appearance and again today, allowing base runners but finding a way out of it as Dominic Patelli swings and misses on another 2-2 fastball at 92 miles an hour, and that is the first out at the top of the fourth inning.
Great job pitching on the mound there. In sequence-wise, right? Comes back with an off-speed pitch, then fastball to retire you. It's when you know a guy's late on your fastball by that much, it's just overpowering, really.
Riku Nashidu steps in. Nashida's first at-bat. Grounded into a fielder's choice. It's 0-for-1 today.
I'm interested to see what Riku does here. Bases empty, 1 out. This is one of those at-bats that he could either attack early or really grind it out.
The 0-1 to Nashidu. Nashidu skies that one off the left side. That is well foul out of play, and he's down on the count 0-1 against Cam Minacci, who at Wake Forest was just 2-4 in the spring. You think, all right, losing record, I'll accept that. However, his 2.18 ERA tells a bit different of a story.
Yeah,
I think to pause that point, Nashidu just went to the dugout and got a different bat.
About time.
He has finally retired the broken bat that he was using.
Yeah, he broke that thing probably a week or so ago, and like we said, he said it has more hits in it. Why am I going to throw it away now if it has more hits in it?
He fouled that one off and decided, all right, that was it. Now the 0-1 to Nashidu and his new bat. He bunts that one. It's right back to Minacci. Minacci scoops Minacci to throw to first. In time by a half step, retires Riku Nashidu.
Not a bad bunt, but it's too close to the pitcher's mound. You either have to pull that down the first or third base line a little bit more, because with Riku's speed, even if the pitcher can field it cleanly, he may beat it out, but it has to be probably another 5 feet towards the line either way.
Even with a righty there, if you push it,
right,
you'll be okay. But now that's the second out of the top of the fourth. Minacci working quickly. He'll have to deal with Mitch Jebb, who's 1 for 2 today and has scored a run. Had a single in his first at-bat. He grounds this one right up the middle to the second baseman, McKenzie. The throw over to first is in time, and that was quick. Minacci goes 1, 2, 3 in the Harbor Hawk fourth, and we are halfway through this ball game. Hyannis leads it 1-0 on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Marys. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Marys, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
We bring you back here to Gov Fuller Ballpark in Falmouth, and well, we would be halfway through the ball game if we were playing 7. We are not halfway through the game, just 3.5 innings through, and Drake Toll joined by Austin Dakuda here, and now Bria Losick, who comes in the. You know, I am a journalism major, and we don't have to do the only math class that I've taken in college was actually called Ideas in Mathematics. We didn't do any math. We just talked about what it would be like if we were to do math in Ideas in Mathematics.
Math, hard, Will, Sandy?
Will, Sandy, Cape Hard. There's some fun insiders from last week, and welcome back the bats for the Falmouth Commodores, and welcome back Jackson Baumeister. The second night in a row we've seen a starter wear number 33.
Huh.
Isn't that a fun fact? That one is grounded on the left side and foul to start the bottom of the fourth here for Falmouth. At the bat is Cromwick out of Oregon. Josiah Cromwick is the catcher today. Freshman season for the Ducks, bat .240, had 8 doubles, 4 home runs, 2 stolen bases.
Sneaky speed behind the plate. You don't see a lot of catchers swiping bags. Obviously, Poncho or
Holy
Ruiz.
cow. Cromwick is changing a bat. He saw Riku Nashidu, his future teammate, do it. Now Cromwick, in his second Cape League at-bat, in the middle of the at-bat, decides, I don't think I like this.
Did it break? I think it may have broke.
Well, he fouled one off. I don't know if we didn't see any shards. Well, if it chips, according to Riku Nashidu, it still has hits left. I guess Josiah Cromwick is not of that mentality. Now down 0-1 on Baumeister. Baumeister deals it. That one's fouled off right back to us, and there we go, making a catch with the left hand. Pretty nice play.
Snag, Drake.
Myself, truly. 45 pitches on the day from Jackson Baumeister, 27 strikes, 18 balls, 45 through 3 complete innings. Certainly not bad. And now the 0-2 from Baumeister Josiah Cromwick, the Oregon product. Watches strike 3, Jackson Baumeister will spare no man at Falmouth today. Baumeister racks up his 6th strikeout in 3 1/3.
Yeah, he has been sensational. I think the turning point obviously was that last start in Bria. In your interview with him after the game, you could just tell he had the confidence to come into his next start, and we've seen it carry over today.
No, definitely. I think a lot of guys, after having a first outing that definitely doesn't go your way, would kind of shy away from the questions that I was asking about that, but he owned it, took accountability, and just got right back on the bump.
Baumeister gets a big cut and a miss out of the 3-hole hitter Halter.
It's not easy to have to do post-game interviews after things don't go your way. But
oh, yeah. Especially that first one. It's neat. It's so neat to see how he's responded, not just in the game against Brewster, but again here today against Falmouth, as that pitch is taken outside now 1-1 to Halter. Halter 0 for 1 with a strikeout on the day. So neat to see the way he's fought back in both of these games.
Yeah. It's not just a one-off, right, where last time against Brewster, okay, Brewster's bats were slow, but tonight it's just been just as dominant.
The 1-1, that one's in the dirt. Well, and you be honest about it and say, which Jackson Baumeister do you get? Do you get Game 1 against Wareham, or do you get Game 2 against Brewster?
And I think we're seeing Game 1 was the outlier, the one that we might not see ever again.
We're seeing Game 3. This guy has taken it to a different level. Now the 2-1. Baumeister goes fastball high out of the zone, 3-1 count on Colby Halter out of Florida. Baumeister through 3 1/3 has not allowed someone to reach base safely via a hit. That's as nicely as I can tiptoe around that, as there's a fastball swung on and missed.
Yeah, well done.
Hey, there's no wood to knock on around here, but do want to still convey that information to those listening.
He's done a good job at not allowing players to get on base today.
Halter is 12 for 34 this season, batting .352. The 3-2 pitch from Jackson Baumeister. The righty from the windup sets and deals, and he throws a ball in the dirt. Halter will trot down to first base. Jackson Baumeister surrenders just his second base runner of the game, both of those coming via walk.
Not a bad battle there by Baumeister. Just let him off the hook. Obviously, you never want to walk a guy, but with one out and now you have a chance to roll a double play, such a good defense from behind you, it's not the worst thing in the world. But Drake, look where Riku Nashidu is playing here. With the double play in order, they are just going to shift Jacob Walsh. There's really might not be a shot at a double play.
Now Nashidu's effectively at first base right now. Walsh, the lefty, first pitch he sees from Baumeister, 89 miles an hour, buzzes him by the eyes, 1-0 count. Walsh out of Oregon, with teammates with one Riku Nashidu, who is practicing the double play ball.
That's what he does.
Right now.
Guy gets on first, Riku is practicing turning that thing.
Yeah. The 1-0 here to Jacob Walsh. Check over to first base. Baumeister comes home and gets that outside strike call that we've seen all season long.
You just don't see them pull or shift like this with a runner on first to kind of eliminate the double play almost, but I guess it just tells you how much of a pull hitter Jacob Walsh is.
Walsh is 0 for 1 today. He's a 43% pull hitter.
So, I mean, a pretty sizable number,
Yeah.
but not the highest we've seen.
The 1-1 from Baumeister. That one is taken outside, and now Jacob Walsh is ahead in the count. 2 straight batters that Baumeister's gotten down on. Baumeister now pushing near the 70 pitch limit. He's actually at 55. That's bad math too, huh? Swing and a miss from Jacob Walsh.
Tough day for numbers, huh?
Well, you know, comparatively, right? If you named a number, he's closer to 70 than he is 100.
Yeah.
It's all relative, baseball.
Is that what they taught you in your ideas class, Drake?
No, they didn't teach us much.
They thought about teaching.
Yeah. 2-2 with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th and a runner on. The runner goes. There's a breaking ball outside. Campbell's throw to second. Gets away from Batelli. The runner comes around, and he'll be safe at third base without a throw from Cole McConnell. Some crafty base running there by the Commodores. And like that, Halter will stand at third base with Walsh at the dish. And they're going to check and see if he touched second base. Riku Nashidu is saying that Halter didn't touch second base, and if anybody's watching something like that, it's Riku Nashidu.
Well, first, it's rare to see a throw like that from Jacob Campbell, one that's to the left side of second base bag. Usually every throw he makes is on the money. But Riku Nashidu, the last couple of games, has really emerged as kind of a stickler in a way.
Yeah, no
He's
kidding.
really
He's enforcing the rules right now.
He's all over everything.
Here's the 3-2 to Jacob Walsh. Payoff pitch from Jackson Baumeister. Baumeister gets him to swing and miss, and now there are 2 down with a runner on third base. A huge pitch. If you put 1 on first, 1 on third with only 1 out, the squeeze play is in play, but no more as the 4-hole hitter Jacob Walsh goes down and gives way to Corey Collins.
That is a big-time pitch. To come back on 3-2 after your catcher had skipped the ball into center field, it's easy to look at the runner on third and say, all right, if I mess this up, I spike it, he could tie the game. Baumeister just blows by a fastball, one of his best pitches he's thrown tonight.
Baumeister's first pitch to Collins is a breaking ball low and outside. The gun reads 53 miles an hour. I don't think that's
We'll have to get some investigative reporting on
Yeah.
that. I don't know if that's accurate.
Very, very tough day for numbers.
Yeah, I don't think so. Baumeister's 1-0 pitch is eye level at 92 miles an hour. That seems a little more accurate. Baumeister has 7 strikeouts right now. I struck out earlier. This guy is
Struck out on the
taking
numbers
no
today.
prisoner. Yeah, that's most days. The 2-0 to Collins, who's out of University of Georgia in Athens, takes a strike. There's 90 miles an hour on the inside part of the plate, and we don't see that called a strike very
No,
often.
It's the outside part, maybe a low strike. You're just not going to get the inside part of the plate. But here, Dave Perry, home plate umpire, thought that was enough over the plate to give him the call.
Now the 2-1 from Baumeister. He goes eye level again with a fastball, and Jackson's pitch count is now at 62. He's thrown 34 strikes, 28 balls. Let's carry the one. That's 62. 3-1 count here on Collins. He's fallen behind a couple of times here in the bottom of the fourth, has a runner on third. 3-1 count on Collins, and a 1-0 lead for the Harbor Hawks. The 3-1. That one is skied on the infield. Mitch Jebb comes over, camps out under it, and no harm, no foul. Jebb watched that ball pop out of his glove and then caught it barehanded. Now he's got a big smile as he trots back to the dugout, gives the entire Harbor Hawk roster a heart attack, and then finishes off the fourth inning. We are through 4, and the Harbor Hawks lead this one 1-0 on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm sideline reporter Bria Losick, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Cape Cod 5-Cent Saving Bank. Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services, and Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
Tito Flores, Jacob Campbell, and Cole McConnell will lead off the top of the fifth for the Harbor Hawks here from Gov Fuller Field. Drake Toll joined by Bria Losick and Austin Dakuda. Austin, it's the same three that led off the top of the third inning. Yes, it is.
It is. And unfortunately,
I was looking for confirmation.
It is, and unfortunately that inning they left the bases loaded, so we'll see if this time, if the trio can work the count a little bit and maybe reload the bases, the Harbor Hawks can add some insurance to this 1-0 lead.
Well, I got bad news for you and everyone else wearing blue, and that's that Camden Manachi is back on the mound for Falmouth.
Well, that's too bad.
Guy's been sharp today. 1 1/3. There's a wrapper.
It's good if you're a baseball fan, though. I mean, this guy.
His first pitch to Tito Flores. That one's grounded right at third baseman. And throw over to first is in time, and a nice scoop, and the play is made. The first out on one pitch, 1 out. Tito Flores is sat down and gives way in the lineup to Jacob Campbell. A nice little throw over by Halter.
It's not a bad play at all. It's, if you're Tito Flores, unfortunately, you don't want that to be the result of you going after the first pitch of the inning. But, now you pass the baton to Jacob Campbell, see if he can start a rally.
Campbell is catching for the Harbor Hawks today, and in the 3-hole, he's 1 for 2 already with an RBI. First pitch he sees, fastball called strike at 88 miles an hour. And from that big frame that Manachi uses, 6'3", that you see comes up over the top.
Yeah.
Guys that throw like that, their 88s look just a hair faster. There's a cut and a miss from Jacob Campbell. Checked his swing, went a little too far, and now down to the count 0-2. Campbell is 8 for 34 on the year. No home runs, and shocked to find out he has only 1 RBI this season.
He made it number 2 earlier in the game.
Yes.
But still surprising. I think it'd be more towards 4, 5, 6.
Ball taken up high by Campbell. Now a 1-2 count from Manachi. Manachi has worked on just 17 pitches to record 5 outs here. The 1-2. That one swung on and missed, and Manachi is dealing right now. 6 outs, 18 pitches, another strikeout. Cam Manachi has 2 of those and now faces Cole McConnell, who also has 2 on the day.
Yeah, Cole's been retired twice on fastballs in the outside part of the plate, so I don't really make guarantees often, but I guarantee you he's not going down on that pitch for a 3rd time tonight.
Guarantee.
He's not going to go down looking at an outside fastball for the 3rd time.
I hope not.
I hope not too. Otherwise,
100% on that one.
They will be done for me.
First pitch from Manachi. That one's in the dirt to Cole McConnell, and we've already mentioned McConnell on a 7-game hitting streak, trying to extend that here, but 0 for 2 looking today. A couple of strikeouts.
Yeah.
Manachi does have a 9 ERA. His first 2 appearances not necessarily got roughed up, but That first one against Orleans went 2 innings and gave up 1 earned run. The next pitch, that's a called strike and a 1-1 count on Mcconnell with 2 down and nobody on. Still a 1-0 Harbor Hawk lead here at the top of the 5th. And then a game at Brewster. An inning pitched, allowed 2 earned runs in that one on 1 hit. Faced 5 batters. The next one he throws to Mcconnell was called ball outside 2-1. So the 9 ERA certainly will fool you when you look at just that from Menachi's time on the Cape.
That's why it's so important, I think, to focus in on strikeouts per 9, walks per 9, hits allowed for these pitchers so early in the season, because ERAs are just misleading.
A 2-1, and that was Menachi's worst miss of the day. He goes high and outside and says, I want no more of that baseball, throws it to the dugout, and collects another. Now a 3-1 count on Cole Mcconnell. The lefty is trying to keep the Harbor Hawk 5th inning alive. Hyannis has 3 hits today. How do I say Falmouth doesn't? There's one fouled off back to the backstop, off the brick, and collected by Halter at third base. What do you say? There's a 3-2 count here on McConnell now after that foul ball.
But he's hopefully not going down looking at anything here.
Somebody promised me that he wasn't going to. So the payoff with nobody on and 2 down here in the 5th, the Louisiana Tech center fielder. McConnell swings, cuts that one to left field. Will it stay fair? No, it will not. Bounces foul by about 8 feet on the left side, and we play on here in the 5th.
Yeah, fights off the outside fastball there. That's the adjustment McConnell made.
I'll put it like this. The Harbor Hawks have 3 hits. Falmouth has
3 minus 3.
Right. If you were to take all 3 of the Harbor Hawk hits away, that would be Falmouth's current mark. Another payoff from Menachi to Cole McConnell. The deals, and that breaking ball is fouled back behind us. McConnell stays alive and is fighting off pitches. I mentioned that Menachi came into this at-bat having thrown 18 pitches overall. He's thrown 7 to Cole McConnell. So through 2 innings, 18 pitches, but 7 to McConnell, helping run those numbers up a little bit. You want to chase him as fast as possible. 3-2 again. McConnell grounds that one right to Mooney at shortstop, spins. The throw to first gets away from the first baseman. McConnell's going to be safe there, and that will be, despite a hard hit ball, likely a hit against many of the shortstops you're going to see. Mooney's errant throw would have been in time, but the fact that it was so far out of the reach of Jacob Walsh, likely an error, and that's what it's going to be.
It's the 3rd error by the Commodores, and sometimes, Drake, when things go bad for a team, as this stretch has been rough for Falmouth the last couple weeks, they just really go bad and start to lose touch of all aspects of the game. And 2nd error on Mooney of the game.
Bria, what's that saying about when it rains?
Oh, it pours, Drake, and it definitely is for the Falmouth infield today.
Yeah, 3 errors. Not the most fun thing. Following McConnell in this lineup for the Harbor Hawks is Christian Moore out of Tennessee. He's got McConnell at first base working with him, and there's a called strike at 89 miles an hour down the bump.
Christian's been a nice addition to this team, too. Personality-wise, I know, Bria, your interview with him was great. Gives a lot of good answers to questions.
Checking over to McConnell at first. The 0-1 from Menachi to Christian Moore. Moore's got a lot of power in that bat. Runner goes. Moore fouls that one off behind him. Cole McConnell's not the fastest guy in the squad on the base pass, but you certainly don't mind him going there. You've seen it in the field as well. He's got great speed, and you're trying to test the arm of Cromwick, who just got to the Cape.
Yeah, mine as well, Ron, right? I mean, you're in the middle of the order, but there are 2 outs, so if you can get scoring position, a more single would bring him home. It's worth the risk, I think, at this point.
Now the 0-2. Falmouth has made 21 errors on the year. They made 3 here today. The 0-2 to Moore. Moore watches that one low, and the worst fielding percentage in the league is actually owned by the Falmouth Commodores. They came in today at .960. Not exactly what you draw up to win ball games.
No.
Now a 1-2 to Christian Moore. The Harbor Hawks have yet to take advantage of the 3 that Falmouth has been charged with today. Moore swings and misses at the high heat chest level, and Menachi gets out of a mini jam here in the top of the 5th and stays unscathed on his day. It's a 1-0 score. Hyannis leads it, and we'll see if Jackson Baumeister trots back out again for the bottom of the 5th on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola, has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Anzuoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. Well, I have bad news for you and I. That is that the day is done for Jackson Baumeister. Bria, I have some good news for you, though. Connor O'Halloran comes out of the pen for the Harbor Hawks, working out of Michigan, originally from Mississauga, Canada. Yeah, I think that's right. He is coming into the game, the blue pitcher.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have our geography expert, Zach Berman, in the
No,
booth
we
today,
don't.
so we can't get confirmation on that, but
No.
it does sound right.
The big blue pitcher, 5-4 in the spring from Michigan, has thrown just one time on Cape Cod, has a 0 ERA, thrown an inning in total, allowed 1 hit, 1 unearned run, and struck out 3. Bria, that is the most that you can strike out in 1 inning of play.
That it is, Drake. I'm glad for that information. And
Yes.
O'Halloran, let me tell you, coming from the Big Ten myself, this is a guy that everyone fears. It's Michigan's starter, and every single person in that dugout that I've talked to from the Big Ten, they're glad to have him on their side this summer.
O'Halloran comes into this ball game after having a 5.44 ERA in Michigan in the spring.
Yeah, the thing is the metal bats make that everyone's ERA inflated
Well,
so
yeah,
much.
92 innings pitched as well,
Right,
so
so
you're bound to.
If you're throwing 92 innings in the season, you're doing something right for your team. And you even look at guys who will get drafted in the first couple rounds this year. You're going to see a lot of guys go that have 4 ERAs in college, right?
Yeah.
4.5. But it's his strikeout numbers are solid, and if you can rely on a kid to throw 92 innings, it tells you he's doing something right throughout the spring.
In that stretch, too, he struck out 104.
Yeah,
So pretty good
big.
numbers from O'Halloran, only walked 40. He'll face Andrew Pinckney, center fielder from Alabama. The first pitch O'Halloran gives him is a called strike. And you can see, we didn't see that in the warm-up, says
Oh.
O'Halloran. He's got the funky arm slot, too, and when he delivers it to you.
Yeah, he goes over the head with the glove, but then it's like a leg kick, kind of curls up a little bit.
Comes almost sidearm.
Yeah.
He was the ace at Michigan this past season. Goes 82 with a breaking ball outside there. Now a 1-1 count. You can barely see the baseball, and there it is. And the 1-1 pitch is cut on and missed by Andrew Pinckney, and that's a ball in the dirt too. You wonder what is Pinckney seeing at 83 right there.
It's a backdoor slider, it looks like. It's hard to tell
Yeah.
from this angle,
Yeah.
but it looks like it's going at that back foot. So it's a tough pitch to lay off.
Now the 1-2 to Pinckney. He fouls that one off into the fans on the right side, and luckily everybody out of the way of that one. We've talked about there is no net on the right side of the ballpark. There's no net on the left side of the ballpark past the dugouts. So if you're a fan, it is heads up for the entire ball game.
Yeah. Got to bring a glove or just be ready to run.
Now the 1-2 from O'Halloran to Pinckney. Pinckney fouls that one off right back behind him. Looking at the wind today, too, blowing pretty much straight out to left field. Will benefit the righties. Pinckney is one of those. Getting word from sources that Mississauga is close to Ontario. Now the 1-2 from O'Halloran. Deals that one. It's cut on, chopped up the middle. Coming over is Patelli. Patelli makes the grab, no throw, and no. It got under his glove, and that'll be a hit for Andrew Pinckney. Sometimes you bounce one, put it where they ain't, and the no-hitter after 4 innings of play is out of play for the Harbor Hawks. That's the first hit of the game for the Falmouth Commodores, and coming to the plate, following up Pinckney in the lineup, is Drew Brutcher.
Oh, lefty-lefty here. This is where O'Halloran thrives. I know, Bria, you guys get to see this a lot in the Big Ten this season, where him against left-handed hitters, he's so tough.
First pitch from O'Halloran to Brutcher. That's a called strike. Good stuff, 81 miles an hour. Sits fastball in the low 90s, 89 to 93 for O'Halloran. Seen multiple breaking balls here. Haven't seen him use much of the fastballs. He throws pickoff move, trying to get Pinckney at first, nothing doing.
54 miles per hour on the toss over to first.
Oh, don't you love a gun with range there. The
A lot of east-west on that thing.
0-1 O'Halloran. He goes high fastball on that one, 87 miles an hour. We saw that today from the starter across the way. For Falmouth, who usually sits in low 90s and was at 88 when he first came in. O'Halloran with a little of the mustard off of it here early, and there's a check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That'll be a strike charge to Butcher, who's down on the count now, or the count will even at 2-2.
Dave Perry real quick to check that one. Definitely excited to be here today.
The count is 1-2. The scoreboard operator jumped the gun just a bit, as did I. Now the 1-2. This one coming home to Butcher from O'Halloran, who checks the runner, deals. That one's grounded right at Nolan Shanuel. Shanuel boots it, but picks it up, makes the play at first. The deal to second is not in time. That was a screamer right back at Nolan Shanuel. Originally popped out of his glove, but just a couple feet away. He grabbed it, stepped on the bag, but a runner is moved into scoring position, as good as a bunt there for Butcher.
Yeah, tough one to play there for Shanuel. It hits the edge of the grass, that lip between the grass and the dirt, and just kind of comes up on his chest, but that's why you square the baseball up, keep it in front of you, and you get an out at the least. So now the tying run is in scoring position, so we'll see if O'Halloran can bear down a bit and get out of this inning.
Anthony McKenzie from Sam Houston State comes to the plate here. First pitch he sees from O'Halloran. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball at 88 miles an hour. And
pitch.
Maybe that fastball doesn't blow by you, but at the same time, with the arm slot it comes from, it's just tough to see.
Yeah, you don't pick it up until it's too late, and by then it looks like it's 95.
Now the 0-1 from O'Halloran bounces it in the dirt, but Jacob Campbell's behind the plate, so nothing doing for Pinckney, who's running at second.
Yeah, he saves you a base there, Jacob Campbell. What a job sliding to his right, squaring that up, and keeping it right in front of the plate where Pinckney has no choice but to retreat.
Back in. And the 1-1 count on the Sam Houston State Bearcat McKenzie. Played shortstop mostly for Sam Houston, but he is at second base today, and he skies one to right field. Camping out is Rocco Pepe. Pepe is going to make the grab. Pinckney's trying for third. No, he's going to roll back to second base because Rocco Pepe was all over him with the throw. Great cannon from Pepe to Mitch Jebb at third base. Patelli at shortstop, keeping Pinckney at bay, and it'll be a runner on second base. O'Halloran has retired 2 in a row, and stepping to the plate is Luke Boyers.
Good job by O'Halloran to induce some weak contact, and a nice job by Pepe to come up throwing, because as we know, if Pinckney moves up 90 feet closer, then a pass ball would have tied this game. So it's big to keep him at second.
The lefty, O'Halloran, sets to Boyers. Boyers on the day is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. First pitch he sees. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-1 now on the check swing. Another breaking ball in the dirt. O'Halloran's getting Falmouth batters to whiff at that consistently. Boyers stands at 5'11". Originally from Boerne, Texas. The 0-1 to Boyers. That one grounded at Nolan Shanuel. They call it a can of corn as Shanuel steps on the bag and retires the bottom of the 5th. Your score remains the same as it did in the top of the first. That's Hyannis 1, Falmouth 0. The Commodores pick up their first hit of the game here in the 5th, but no damage done as O'Halloran gets 3 outs in a row following the leadoff single. It's 1-0. And we bring you back to the top of the 6th where the Harbor Hawks try to add on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm broadcaster Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Curry College. Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at curry.edu. Franklin Sports. The Hyannis Harbor Hawks would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again the proud official batting glove sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. Cape Cod, the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day. The Falmouth Commodores have made a call to the bullpen, and that call was likely made with a phone that's serviced by T-Mobile. T-Mobile is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile's committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more. New pitcher in the game is Josh Stewart, a Texas Longhorn originally from Georgetown, Texas, who is making his Cape League debut. And Austin, we've seen it both from Harbor Hawk players, we've seen it from opposing players. Making your Cape League start for the first time is not the easiest thing in the world.
It's not the easiest, and the scenarios we've seen guys have to do it have been some of the toughest. We saw Rosario for the Harbor Hawks come in bases loaded, Brandon Neek come in, bases loaded, and now for Stewart, he comes in trying to trying to preserve, I guess, the game where it is and not let it get too far out of hand. So, hey, pressure's on now.
Josh Stewart at Texas, his freshman season, had a 4.63 ERA, and welcome to the Cape League. He'll be met by Nolan Shaniel, the first baseman for the Harbor Hawks that was responsible for 2 outs defensively in the bottom of the 5th for the guys in blue, and the first pitch that he sees from Stewart is ensuing. The righty sets and deals. Nolan Shaniel takes fastball on the outside half of the plate, called strike.
So fast it didn't even register on the radar gun.
Blew right by him. Stewart sits 88 to 92 with a fastball. He's a 2-pitch guy, true 2-pitch guy. The 0-1 to Shaniel. Shaniel takes the off-speed, grounds it foul to the right side. His curveball sits 78 to 82.
You just saw it there, so you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a fastball.
Those are your 2 pitches.
You're going to get a curveball. So we'll see how Shaniel in this lineup adjusts.
Stewart has shown you everything that he's got.
Waste no time doing it.
The arsenal is bare. The 0-2, we'll see how well he can work with those 2 pitches. He sets and deals to Shaniel. Nolan fouls that off the catcher's glove. Cromwick, welcome to the Cape. Both Cromwick and Stewart making their debuts today, and you can see that even out of the windup, he takes a long time when he sets. He comes set, brings himself sideways to the plate, and when he's at that 90 degrees, takes a deep breath. See him right there, the light pause, and now the 0-2 to Shaniel. That's high, eye level, and outside. Maria, that smells like a recipe for some stolen bases down the road.
Definitely, Drake. I think that his windup is especially very different than what we've seen the first 2 pitchers, something that the Harbor Hawks will have to adjust to.
90-mile-an-hour fastball low on the 1-2. The count is even. Nobody on, nobody out. Harbor Hawk lead of 1-0 in the top of the 6th here. Nolan Shaniel out of FAU at the plate. The 2-2. Shaniel skies that one to right field. It's drifting toward the gap, but Pinckney's able to run over and make the catch. And Stewart has recorded his first out on the Cape.
Well, there was the second of the 2 pitches he throws. It was a breaking ball that hung up a bit in the zone, but Shaniel was expecting a fastball, so he was out in front. Just couldn't keep the hands back long enough. That's why it was a pop-up to, relatively deep center, but a routine play for the Falmouth outfield.
That brings up Rocco Pepe for the Harbor Hawks. Pepe walked in his first at-bat earlier today, and the first pitch he takes from Stewart is a called ball. Didn't miss by much there. Stewart throws a fastball to righty 63% of the time, 68% of the time to lefties. And again, that ball sits 88 to 92. The 1-0 to Rocco Pepe. Pepe swings and misses at an 81-mile-an-hour curveball. You don't have to guess on what the off-speed is. If it's anything less than 85 miles an hour, it's the curveball. Now the 1-1 from Josh Stewart. There's a strike on the fastball. Rocco Pepe lets it go by.
Yeah, 91, and he's locating it too. I know it's early, but every time he's thrown it, it's been right to the mitt of Cromwick.
Now the 1-2 to Pepe. Pepe watches that one in the dirt. Cromwick loses control of it and it bounces over. Nice catch, Austin Dakuda.
That's a
souvenir. The crowd gives you a
All
full
right.
round of applause there.
Take that one home with me.
The 2-2 pitch to Rocco Pepe, who's trying to stay alive here with 1 down in the 6th. The deal from Stewart, that one's eye level, 3-2 count now. On the year at Texas, Stewart got 11 2/3. He walked 8 over the duration of those innings and allowed 13 hits. The payoff pitch from Josh Stewart to Pepe. Pepe nails that one to right field. Pinckney's going back. Pinckney just shy of the warning track will make the grab. Solid contact from Pepe. Missed it by about a centimeter, or that ball could have traveled.
Yeah, I mean, back-to-back hard contacts by the Harbor Hawks. That tells you they're seeing Stewart well, and I don't know about you, Bria, but that sounded like it was going to be a trouble for the outfield.
Definitely. Rocco's a man of few words, but he can certainly do a lot at the plate when he gets hard contact.
All business.
All business, yeah.
Dominic Patelli, the lefty, is at shortstop today for the Harbor Hawks, stands in and takes a ball high and outside. Good on Pepe with a 1-2 count to work it full. Fight off a few on Josh Stewart, make him sweat a little bit.
I'm impressed with Stewart. Right out of the pen, your debut, I mean, really no nerves. He's going right after these hitters.
Next pitch, that one's in the dirt now. 2-0. Dom Patelli's ahead and facing a guy in Stewart who's only faced 2 batters in the Cape. I think the 2-0, you probably go red light here.
Not a bad idea.
Thanks. The 0-2, no red light. That one's skied into right field. Pinckney coming over. Pinckney dives, not in time. The ball gets past him. Going to be extra bases. Coming into second base, sliding in safely is Dom Patelli, and a nice piece of hitting. That's a play that Pinckney was close to making. Would have been a complete full-body SportsCenter top 10 dive had he made it, but he got past him. Brutcher was able to collect it, relay it in, but not in time to get Dom at second.
Well, when you only have 2 pitches, a fastball and a curveball, on 2-0, I think more times than not, you're probably going to get a fastball, and Dom Patelli was sitting that one, and he was all over it for a nice double.
Joshua Stewart from Texas, pride of the University of Texas. Welcome to the Cape. Please meet Riku Nashidu. He stands in the left-handed batter's box, brushes the plate off, gives the plate a fist bump, and stands in. First pitch, Nashidu. That one's grounded up the middle, right at Mooney. Mooney collects it. Mooney, the throw to first, is in time to retire Nashidu. Stewart, well, a pretty quick hello to Riku, and that'll end the top of the 6th inning. The Harbor Hawks, after an extra base hit from Dom Patelli, will strand 1, and they still lead this one 1-0 on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm sideline reporter Bria Losick, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Cape Cod 5-Cent Saving Bank. Cape Cod 5 is proud to be a long-standing supporter of the Cape Cod Baseball League and its contribution to the local economy as a treasured summer attraction. Cape Cod 5 is a community bank serving customers throughout Cape Cod, the islands, and southeastern Massachusetts. Founded in 1855, the bank's mission is to enrich the lives of those it serves while contributing to the health and vitality of its communities. Cape Cod 5 provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal and business banking, residential mortgages, investment management, and trust services, and Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
The sun is going down on a beautiful day for baseball here from Gov Fuller Field. Drake Toll joined by Austin Dakuda, Bria Losick, and back out on the mound is Connor O'Halloran for the Harbor Hawks. We didn't tell you the final stat line today on Falmouth's Minacci, who goes 2 1/3, 3 strikeouts, faced 8 batters, didn't walk anybody, didn't allow a hit. Obviously no runs or earned runs. Great to see him out of the game, but great to see O'Halloran settle in, and after allowing a base runner, he was able to go the next 3 up, the next 3 down.
Why is he at 1 1/3 on Point Street?
It's physically impossible. It's a great question of why they have him at 1 1/3. Maybe they are anticipating.
Wait a minute. They know the simulation before we see it?
They know what's about to happen, I think. Wow. And stepping to the plate is Alex Mooney. Mooney took the first pitch for a ball, and O'Halloran gives him 87 down the pipe for a strike to even the count at 1-1.
And this place was packed to start the game tonight here at Gov Fuller Field.
Yeah.
All the renovations they did, very nice, must say. And it was a good crowd on hand.
Still a good crowd.
Yeah.
The 1-1 from O'Halloran. That one's fouled into the stands. Yeah, it's a great crowd, despite the fact that at all times you must be wholly ready to take a foul ball off the chin.
Well, now's your chance if you're looking to impress some scouts, because you're going to get a few hit your way.
Jeez. The 1-2 now from O'Halloran. Had some deals.
Hey.
And breaking ball at the shoes of Mooney, who skips up and out of the way. Some other fun facts about Falmouth this season. They actually strike out more than anyone in the league. They have 156 this year. Hyannis is second to last, came in with 116. That's pretty good. The 2-2. Mooney will fight that one off, foul back behind him, and near our crowd microphone, Falmouth has also been hit by a league-low 3 pitches all year. Hyannis is the second lowest with 9. Now the 2-2 to Alex Mooney. Mooney grounds that one left side and foul again, fighting him off from O'Halloran. That's interesting. Maybe they're just that intimidating. You just understand, you don't want to peg a guy from Falmouth for fear of what that dugout might do to you. Commands respect. 2-2 from O'Halloran. That gets away from him. Campbell catches it way outside, and the count runs full at 3-2. Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Was that an ant that you killed there?
It's still moving.
Okay. Get it again. Swing and a miss. 1 for 2 there. It's Mooney. Swing and a miss for Austin Dakuda trying to kill the ant. Not on the field. Not on the field. And 3-2. Mooney calls time, steps out. Now he's back in, ready for the delivery.
We're good. 1 for 2.
O'Halloran from the windup deal, swing and a miss. Connor O'Halloran gets the leadoff hitter. Alex Mooney swinging his first strikeout of the night, and now the 1, 2, 3, 4 hitters have all struck out for Falmouth, as have the 6, 7, 8, and 9 hole hitters. Every player on this team in this lineup has struck out aside from Georgia's Corey Collins. At the plate now is Josiah Cromwick, catcher from Oregon. He fouls one right back behind him. Cromwick looking for his first hit on Cape Cod in his first game on Cape Cod. 0 for 2 today. Did you get a whiff of the bug spray?
Did you just spray any? Or?
I did not. Someone did, though. It got in my mouth.
Must be strong winds.
Yeah, the 0-1 from Cromwick. You don't smell. It's probably unscented.
That must be.
The 0-1 to Cromwick. He takes a ball. But I'm not so sure about that.
It watches a baseball go by him. I don't know that it did miss the zone.
The 1-1 from O'Halloran. Michigan lefty. Waves off a couple, finds one he likes, and deals a breaking ball in the dirt for a ball. O'Halloran right now sitting at 26 pitches, 18 strikes, 8 balls through a true 1 1/3. That's pretty efficient. Now the 2-1 from O'Halloran. That one's outside. Cromwick is ahead in the count, 3-1.
Where'd you go back here throwing? You just saw the breaking ball at 79, but he might be sitting fastball, so you got to be careful.
3-1 from O'Halloran. Winds and deals. Bounces that one at about 57 feet. And over goes Cromwick to first base. There's a walk. O'Halloran's day so far, 1 1/3. Has allowed that his first walk and allowed 1 hit as well, and will have to get through the 3-hole hitter who follows up Cromwick. That's Colby Halter.
I know the Hawks would like O'Halloran to finish this inning at least and work a clean inning, and I do not have x-ray vision, so I can't tell you if anybody's warming up in the bullpen.
That would be the arm barn, and I also don't have x-ray vision.
Yeah.
A pitch from
No
O'Halloran
out there.
to Halter is in the dirt, but Jacob Campbell corrals it.
We are blocked by the dugout,
Yes.
fences, nets, cameras, so we have no idea what's going on in the arm barn today.
Plethora
for the Hawks.
of fans, some trees out there too that are on the field actually.
Nasdaq Darvari as well.
Director of Operations, youngest in the league, 21 years old.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Oh.
We haven't mentioned that. We should mention that more often.
Yeah.
The 1-0 from O'Halloran. That one's
impressive.
fouled off the right side, and none of the Falmouth players can make a catch from the dugout. Look at the broadcast they have set. You see the cameraman over there, the double headphones, the headset.
Yeah, they're legit. They got a really good broadcast.
Got a center field camera out there, camera on in left, a camera in right.
They actually ran the wiring for that camera underneath the field when they did the construction. I was talking to
that
their
legal?
broadcaster about it.
Can you do that?
You can.
Oh.
It's under there somewhere.
There's one that's swung on, hit into left field, drifting over is Tito Flores, who makes the catch. Great range out of the outfielders for the Harbor Hawks. That looked like it was going to find its way to the gap, but hung up just a little too long for Colby Halter, and that's the second out of the bottom of the 6th. Harbor Hawks lead the game here 1-0. That 1 run came in the top of the first inning. Thank you, Mitch Jebb, for a single to start off the Harbor Hawks day earlier. The Following that was Jacob Campbell with a big hit to bring him home. At the plate now, following Halter, is Jacob Walsh. He takes a first pitch strike, down 0-1. Fastball sits 87 miles an hour there. O'Halloran hasn't had his top velo on the fastball yet today, but he's been fine. And we've talked about it. It's the arm slide he comes from. If he can put it where he wants it, even at 88, he's working well. There he goes fastball again at 87 on the outside part of the plate, working inside out against Walsh. A called strike now down 0-2 is the Oregon first baseman.
Got to think he goes breaking ball here, 0-2, maybe something outside the zone, try to get him to chase.
The set from O'Halloran and the 0-2 to Jacob Walsh. Walsh cuts and misses. Connor O'Halloran sets down the bottom of the 6th, strands another base runner, and harbors the Harbor Hawk 1-0 lead. That's your score when we come back on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls, piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
We bring you back to Gov Fuller Field, where back out on the mound and warming up for Falmouth is Josh Stewart. Just threw a 58-mile-an-hour pitch warming up, and the Harbor Hawks will try to tack on another here in the 7th inning. 3 innings left to play, and not a lot of offensive output from either team, Austin.
Yeah, obviously a 1-0 lead speaks really highly of your pitching staff and their ability to limit base runners, but I think the bats, they've woken up in the last week, Drake, but there's been some inconsistencies. We saw the 1-1 tie in Bourne. Last night they didn't wake up until the 8th inning, so a little bit slower to adjust this week, maybe kind of feeling that mid-season fatigue, but I think they're going to start to wake up later in this ball game. Now you're facing a pitcher who they did see well in the last inning, and they did make some good contact, and even a double mixed in, so we'll see if they can carry that over against Stewart here.
Well, I've got good news for who's leading off.
Yeah, it's
the
a guy
top
you
of the
want.
7th inning. It's the leadoff hitter of the game. It's Mitch Jebb, who is 1 for 3 today and scored a run. The only run of the day. The first pitch he takes from Stewart is a called strike on the outside part of the plate at 84 miles an hour on the curveball. And again, we've seen that called a strike all season, although it might not truly be.
Yeah, and Mitch Jebb doesn't strike out much, but he also doesn't watch a ton of strikes.
Yeah.
He's going to attack early.
The 0-1 to Jebb. Jebb cuts and misses at a ball that was in the dirt, a really good breaking ball that swept through at 79.
He's played so good this year that Bree has interviewed him about 8 times.
Yeah.
He's definitely tired of me. He won't talk to me before games, but I've talked to him plenty of times after when he's been our roll bump player of the game.
The 0-2 to Jebb. Josh Stewart sets and deals fastball high, chest level, and outside at 91 miles an hour. Here's something fun. The Harbor Hawks have not allowed more than 4 runs in a game since June 18th against Kentuit.
That is a long time ago.
Yeah. The 1-2 to Mitch Jebb. Jebb grounds that one first base side. Walsh is there. Walsh scoops, makes the dish over to Stewart, who covers and records the out. Mitch Jebb is set down, but it was a close play at first due to Jebb's speed. In that span, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 10. I can't, again, the whole numbers thing. 9 games. It's 9 games that the Harbor Hawks have not allowed more than 4 runs. They've allowed 4 a couple of times in there, but over the course of that 9 games, Harbor Hawks have been pretty good at baseball.
Yeah, I mean, you had 1 run come across the plate in Bourne last night. You go back to the doubleheader, 4 in Game 2 and 1 in Game 1, I believe. So really the last 3 games, too, have been on another level as the bullpen's been in sync.
From Mitch Jebb to Tito Flores, this is Flores' 4th time to the plate today. the Harbor Hawks, despite only having one run on the board, have done a pretty good job of getting themselves on the base paths.
Yeah, Tito's done it well all season. Another guy, Bria, you've interviewed a handful of times.
Tito Flores grounds out to the left side. Mooney tries to make the play, jumps, throws to first base, and it is Aaron gets away from the first baseman, Walsh. Mooney went so deep to the left side. It could have been Halter's ball at third base. Mooney goes deep, collects it, and airmails it to Walsh. We've seen him do that a couple times now, but it should be, and it is, scored an infield hit.
Probably should just eat that one next time. I mean, Mooney has made a pair of throwing errors at short today. So maybe not the day to try the Derek Jeter from shallow left field, but I do reward, and recognize the effort to get to that ball.
Stepping to the plate now is Jacob Campbell. Tito Flores, 1 for 4 today after that hit. Campbell, 1 for 3 today with an RBI, has struck out once as well, batting .243 on the year. First pitch he sees is low for a ball.
It's a good chance here for the Hawks to start a little rally, give your bullpen some insurance to play with. You expect maybe we see Jay Driver at some point tonight?
Very possible. Ty Langenberg also in the car, just about everybody's hot. Campbell goes deep to left field with that one, tracking over as the left fielder, camping out as Boyers. Boyers makes the catch, records the out. Tito Flores trots back to first base, and they're 2 down at the top of the 7th.
I didn't notice it before the pitch, but they had Boyers shaded so far to left center that he had a long run to that ball.
Like Cole McConnell is a blowout, too. And the big hole in the pants, let's just say that. On the right backside. That's about as well as I can paint that. You got any color analysis for that one?
Hope he hits the ball.
That one's new. That one's new. Whatever he's doing, keep doing it.
Oh, man.
This season.
Another ball trickling in from the Falmouth bullpen.
Yep.
It's about the 3rd one.
Hey, bring that guy in. Whoever's warming up down there and tossing him, be all right with that.
Stewart, what a debut. Mcconnell is indeed at the plate. Thank you for the PA announcement.
Oh, yeah. A couple pitches too late. Cole McConnell takes fastball outside.
Outside pitch.
Strike
He
one.
gets it called on him so often.
Yep.
And it's just, you can't get the bat to that. It's just off the edge of the plate. It's such a tough pitch to adjust to.
Waiting for Blue to toss him a bone there. The 0-1 to McConnell. McConnell, fastball. Outside, called strike again, 90 miles an hour.
See that one again, he's going to swing.
Oh.
I'm not guaranteeing
This is a guarantee this
that
time?
No,
Okay.
I did last that
Okay.
bad, not this time.
McConnell down 0-2 to Josh Stewart, who's had a gem of a first appearance on the Cape.
Really couldn't ask for more if you're Falmouth.
No, their whole pitching staff's been solid today. The 0-2 to Cole McConnell. McConnell cuts and misses on a ball in the dirt. There's the tag from the catcher, Cromwick, and that will do it for the 7th inning. And it's time to stretch at Gov Fuller Field with the Harbor Hawks leading this one 1-0 over the Falmouth Commodores. We'll bring you back the bottom of the 7th inning. The Harbor Hawks need to record 9 more outs on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Enzwoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. Welcome back to the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. Drake Toll alongside Austin Dakuda, Bria Losick, our producers Ella Gibson, Mike Maynard, and Abby Stokes. Well, thank you for joining us this evening. And the Harbor Hawks have a little bit at stake when it comes to the standings. They still have a 2-game lead. Well, a 2-game gap at the second base spot between them and everybody else in the West Division. Katuitt at 11-2-2. They're number 1 right now in the West. Hyannis is number 2 at 7-5-3. Bourne at 5-7-3 after last night's loss to your Harbor Hawks has dropped to 2 games behind Hyannis. Wareham sits 6-8-1 in the 4th spot, and the 5th place team in the West Division, well, it's these Falmouth Commodores who are 5-9-1 right now. Connor O'Halloran is back here at the bottom of the 7th. Winning would be good. Oh, man down. There's a fastball taken high for
Harwich again.
For a ball there to Collins. Corey is his first name.
He's the only guy who hasn't struck out.
The only guy who has not done that. He's going to ground one foul to the right side, sends one back to the bullpen, and that hits the bullpen catcher off the right forearm. He's trying to make a play in front of the scouts, and he might want to erase that one.
He's trying to throw it into somebody, and that
Hold it, toss it to coach. All right. Welcome to the ballpark. Oh, yeah, this is Cape Cod. A 1-1. O'Halloran goes breaking ball, bounces in front of the plate, and gets a swing out of Corey Collins. What a break that is.
Yeah, it was a great pitch. I mean, it just dropped off. I think that to get a guy to swing on a pitch that far to the zone, I think speaks to the movement that he's got.
That's a beauty. It's one of the best pitches we've seen, especially out of O'Halloran, who's got a 1-2. There's a cut and a miss. Make it 9. All 9 batters in the Falmouth lineup have struck out at some point tonight against the Harbor Hawks.
What a job by the Harbor Hawk pitching staff. They're not just attacking, one hitter, 2 hitters. They're getting every guy, Drake. Every guy they have a game plan for, a scouting report on. And that's credit to our baseball ops team, who's just done a nice job putting together the game plan. These pitchers are executing as well.
That is, just a gem across the board now. There's a pitch that is outside from O'Halloran. We've only seen 2 pitchers, too. We saw that last night. Baumeister goes 6. Hammerberg comes in and finishes off the last 3. The Harbor Hawks have 6 games in a row here. You want to be very selective with your bullpen. They've been able to do that. They've had the liberty as there's a ball called outside that was close, just missed, and a 2-0 count on Pinckney.
Not that much of a stretch, depending on how this inning goes, to think O'Halloran could work the 8th as well.
The 2-0 to Pinckney. He swings. Skies that one to center field. McConnell going back and watches it go over the wall. With one swing of the bat, Andrew Pinckney from Alabama, the center fielder who had a costly error that lost Falmouth the game at Hyannis, has tied the game here at Gov Fuller.
Well, that one just hung over the plate a little bit, and unfortunately for O'Halloran, Pinckney didn't miss it.
He got all of that one. Dead center field, too. Wind blowing out to the left, and they're calling the Hogs here.
That's their home run celebration over in the Falmouth dugout.
Well, new ball game. 1-1 your score in the bottom of the 7th, and Drew Butcher steps to the plate. Outfielder from South Florida. First pitch from O'Halloran. Butcher takes ball 1 inside. 6 for 37 on the year is Butcher. 1 home run, 3 RBI, batting 162 for Falmouth. The 1-0 from O'Halloran. Butcher nails that one to left field. Tito Flores watches it drop for a hard single. He'll stand at first base. Flores relays in to Patelli, Nishida, now O'Halloran, and here comes Eric Beatty. And we will see another pitching change. We'll see the 3rd pitcher of the night come out for the Harbor Hawks. That home run was the first earned run allowed this season by O'Halloran. His night is done.
Yeah, well, after the home run, Drake, really quick, and the hard hit single there, I think Coach Beatty has seen a little bit of a tiredness out of his pitcher.
Yeah. 43 total pitches, 28 strikes, 15 balls. His ERA is now 3.86 on the year. He goes 2 1/3, allows 3 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 1 and struck out 3. When we come back, the Harbor Hawks will bring their 3rd pitcher to the mound. This is the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network.
I'm Zach Berman, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Mosquito Mary's. The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29. We would also like to thank 99 Restaurants. The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Thank you for tuning into today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk.
The pride of Northeastern, Jordy Allard, will enter the ball game for the Harbor Hawks, standing at 5'9" from Woodstock, Vermont. On the year, he's pitched 2 2/3. He's allowed 1 hit, no earned runs, has not walked a batter yet. He has struck out 1 and has a 1-0 record, as well as a whip of .37 and an opponent batting average of .125. That's pretty good, Bria.
Definitely is, and now he's coming in with pretty much a clean slate almost. Kind of.
Yeah, you get one runner over there at first base, and it's not the most fun to deal with, but still 1 out. You're not coming into a bases loaded, no out situation that we've seen a couple of times for a few guys this season.
Yeah, not the toughest spot to come in. I mean, I'm sure he's pitched in more difficult situations. And before we do see Jordy Allard, let's take a look at the out-of-town scores brought to you by Berman Bingo. It's Katuitt ahead of YD 3-1.
Did you hear earlier? Sorry to cut you off. Berman won a pizza. They do a raffle. They do 50-50, but instead it's for pizza. His ticket was a large cheese pizza. There he is chowing down over there. His off night, he's still at the ballpark. You can't keep this kid away.
Well, anyways, I'm glad he's enjoying his pizza. Katuitt's enjoying a 3-1 lead over the YD Red Sox.
What?
Brewster,
Katuitt's up?
They are. Brewster 3-1 over Wareham. Harwich 6-3 over Inborn at Doran Park, or Buzzards Bay if you prefer. Chatham trails Orleans 4-0 at Eldridge Park. And, of course, we are tied up at 1 apiece. Those out-of-town scores once again brought to you by Berman Bingo.
Chatham struggling to put together offense the last couple of weeks here on the Cape. Jordy Allard is going to check over. First thing he does on the night to first base, and sliding back safely is Brutcher. At the plate now for the Falmouth Commodores is Sam Houston State's Anthony McKenzie, who's the starting second baseman today. McKenzie's 6 for 34 on the season. The first pitch that he sees from Allard is fouled out, back and away. Austin, what do you know about Jordy Allard?
Well, Jordy Allard comes to Cape Cod with a lot of experience. He spent last summer up in the Upper Valley Nighthawks of the, I believe that's the NECBL.
Yeah.
And he had a really good summer there, and I think that's what Mazdak Darvari and Nick Johnson saw in him. It's hard to judge a guy based off his college numbers. So when you see Jordy Allard have such a good summer ball, and then you kind of sign him after that, right? Because these guys these roster decisions are made in September, October, November. So you don't have their spring season to go off of, and he's really put it together too at Northeastern.
The 0-1 from Allard. There's a cut and a miss on a breaking ball that's about 4 inches up off of the dirt. McKenzie swings out of his shoes.
Yeah, he's got a really good breaking pitch to go at fastball. Good changeup as well, so we'll expect to see all 3 of those used.
The 0-2 from the righty, Jordy Allard. Allard sits, won't even check over to first. He's going to deal off here to McKenzie with 2 strikes, and boy, was I wrong. He's going to throw over to first.
Yeah.
Checks back the runner, Brutcher, who is back in safely. And now the 0-2 from Allard to McKenzie. Sets and deals from the stretch. A swing, a miss. He got a piece of it, but Campbell caught it. Another strikeout on the night for Hyannis at his number 11 for the Harbor Hawks through 6 2/3.
That's a big pitch for Allard, who needed that second out of the inning, and it tells you something about the confidence Coach Beatty has in him out of the bullpen to come in, 1-1 game, guy on first, 1 out, puts him in the spot, and Jordy Allard delivers.
Luke Boyers comes to the plate. First pitch, he sees a cut and a miss, and Allard is fooling the hitters from Falmouth as we speak. And this guy here, Luke Boyers, is 0 for 10 on the season, looking for his first hit on the Cape, but he's got to deal with the Jordy Allard, who in the spring at Northeastern was almost untouchable in multiple appearances. He had a 2.16 ERA, 50 innings pitched, 58 strikeouts, just 9 walks as well.
That's the biggest number. The 9 walks to 58 punch-outs we said? Or
punchies,
yeah. That's just such elite control, but great movement on his pitches, and clearly he's doing something right.
Overtook the closing role for the Huskies as he throws a strike there. A beauty lands in at 88 miles an hour on the outside part of the plate.
It's amazing. This team has about 4 or 5 guys who legitimately could be your closer on every night. I mean, Allard's one of them.
There's a swing and a miss, and the bottom of the 7th is over. Pinckney with a solo homer strikes for Falmouth's first run of the game, but the 12th strikeout of tonight's ball game comes via Jordy Allard to Luke Boyers and ends any more threat from the Commodores and leaves this game tied at 1-1 on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. I'm Drake Toll, and this is a broadcast of Hyannis Harbor Hawks baseball on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. We'd like to take time to thank the Cape Cod Baseball League's corporate sponsors, including Coca-Cola Bottling of New England. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod Coca-Cola has been proudly refreshing the community for over 30 years, and we're honored to support the CCBL and many other wonderful organizations on the Cape. Fairway Financial. Fairway Financial is a proud national sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Enzwoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Thank you for tuning in to today's game in the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Harbor Hawk Baseball Network, where it's a great day to be a Hawk. Welcome back to Gov Fuller Field, where the ball game is brand new. With 2 innings left to play, the Harbor Hawks and Falmouth Commodores are tied at 1 apiece here. As we go to the top of the 8th inning, and Hyannis tries to put up a couple more. Again, congratulations to our own Zach Berman for winning the pizza raffle, and you got much better odds to win a pizza raffle here at Gov Fuller than you do to win the Massachusetts State Lottery. We want to thank them nonetheless for being a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. The Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing, from the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. Here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more. Welcome to the plate, Christian Moore for the Harbor Hawks, stepping up, the product of Tennessee. Moore had a hit in his first 3 games in the Cape. That streak broke against Bourne last night, but he's got 1 already here today.
And we got a familiar face taking the bump. It's our pal Jake Peppers. Good old number 32, the right-hander from Jacksonville State, and he sports a 1.58 ERA on the season.
Whew.
That's a little bit of a turnaround from the outing we saw at McKeon Park, where Peppers had a tough night finishing the game, and it led to a Harbor Hawks win.
Yeah, there's a big cut and a miss from Christian Moore there. Joshua Stewart's night is done. Peppers comes into this ball game after that game at Hyannis going just 2/3, allowing 1 earned run. He walked 2, struck out 1, faced 4 batters in total. The 0-1 to Christian Moore. That's a called ball. Didn't miss by much. 93 on the fastball, and oh boy, Peppers had good stuff in the spring, but I tell you, when he came into that game against Hyannis in the 9th, his first appearance on the year, rattled is an understatement.
Yeah, he was missing the zone, and they walked it off on a pitch that he threw to the backstop in the air.
Yeah, 1-1 now. That's a fastball, chest level, buzzes it right by at 94, Christian Moore, saying hello and welcome to Gov Fuller. Peppers deals the 2-1. That's a called strike at 94 again in the zone. Christian Moore is going to check to the home plate umpire and ask very kindly, are you sure?
94, you don't have much of a chance to even see it hit the mitt.
Yeah. You can tell our home plate umpire he does want to be here. There are umpires that bring fervor to their jobs.
Hey, Dave Perry wants to be here.
Absolutely. The 2-2 to Christian Moore. Moore fouls that one off, fights it off to the right. And every now and then you get the guys that have a rough day. You sort of call a ball game, but we've seen Fuller multiple times this season. Every time he's got a pep in his step and a big smile pitching staff. So if there's anybody that loves their job, it's certainly him.
Yeah, he's a consistent zone behind the plate, which is what you like to see out of your umpire too. And of course, we mentioned good buddies with Tom Holliday.
The 2-2. Moore grounds this one foul to the left side, and there is a mass exodus, a caravan behind us of folks that are leaving. They have heard that Zach Berman won the large cheese pizza. And their night at Gov Fuller is done. Au revoir and adieu.
Guess they don't like tie ball games in the 8th inning.
No sirree.